What's up? What's up? Man, was rushing. Y'all let me know how the audio sound. What's happening? What it is, what it does, what it is, what it was. It's your boy Lean Trucker, back with another. Can y'all hear me? How everybody doing today? Let me check on my guests here in a minute. Try to let some of y'all come in here. Man, I've been grinding all morning, getting up early. Let me see if I need to take this. Okay. Yeah, I've been up early, man. I got up at did a little video today. I got up at let me see. Got my mic like it's on. I want to see something. There we go. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear me. Anybody there? Hold on, where am I at? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, if anybody there, let me know. Hear me. Let me do this right quick while I'm waiting. Hold on a second, guys. Be patient with me. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. All right. But yeah, I've been I got up this morning actually I woke up earlier than my alarm. One of the mornings when you wake up and you can go to sleep. I had one of them mornings, woke up and couldn't go back to sleep. I'm sorry. Yeah, woke up, couldn't go back to sleep. So I went to work. Got up, went to where did I go to? Austin. Yeah, I went to Austin. Recorded video today too. Let me see what he's saying right here. They ran out of join in someone just comment. Yep, we just joined with the picture. All right. Yeah, he here. Make sure everything is showing right. My guy's here. I'm gonna join him in a second. I'm waiting for y'all to join in. Okay. All right. Let me join him in a second. But anyway, can y'all hear me though? Before I join him in, anybody there? Let me know if you can hear me. Before I go to get started. Take a sip of my situation. Rode my bike and everything today. I've been pretty productive today. Doing short runs and dead heading back. Yeah. Essentially, that's what I'm doing. What's up, man? Can you hear me though? Before I got my homie in. Yeah, I've been today I went to Austin. You know, from here, Austin is only about 3 hours. Yeah, about 3 hours. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't really see nothing. I wanted to come back. So yeah, bump that junk, man. You don't want to pay me no money. I'm gonna be back in this thing. Let me add my boy to here. Man, I just got you. I don't join you in, man. I just got your text, man.
Yeah, man. They trying to stop the show from happening, bro. It's something every day.
I'm like, man, right? That's crazy, man. Go ahead.
Nah, I ain't say nothing, man. I was just saying that it's always something coming up, but I still got you though.
Yeah, you know, you told me. You say you always doing something. You always got something to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, spur of the moment.
Yeah. I'm gonna introduce you, man. We'll make it quick and simple, then we'll get on right to it. Yeah, my boy here, we were working. I met him back during a gas game. We was doing gas before owner operated company guys, a whole nine, you know, and we've been keeping in contact ever since. The dude very analytical in a good way. He taught me a lot of things, taught me how to make some money when I became owner operator first, and then when I got my own authority. So learned a lot. But yeah, you done been to the oil field, know the ins and outs of that thing. Enjoyed a lot of it, as I remember. So it's that's why this was entitled The Good, The Bad, and The Ugly. So did I miss anything, man?
No, you ain't missing nothing.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna start from the beginning, man, as far as the top. So how do you even get in the oil field? All right, you interested? Who do you contact or you Google? Like what you doing?
Yeah, you pretty much got to Google if you from out of state. I mean, in Texas, we all know that you just talk word of mouth or whatever, and you just ask who hiring. It's just like owner operator getting on leasing on to a regular company. So yeah, you search on Indeed. What's the other one? Funny that I say this, but you can look on Craigslist for all field jobs. Indeed, Craigslist, Facebook groups. I mean, yeah, stuff like that. That's how you find it.
So are these people, when you looking this up, S125, he said you muzzled a bit. I feel like I can hear you pretty good though. Y'all let me know if y'all feel like he muzzled. Um, but back to you, man. So you said Craigslist and all that. So you talking to just regular owner operators or legitimate companies?
No, I mean, are you asking about how to get on? You got to search for the legitimate companies on Craigslist and Indeed. They're legitimate. They're just like me and you, but they got the contract with like the oil field companies.
Okay,
So,
hold on. You is kind of going in and out right there. You did sound a little muzzled. I heard it at that time.
okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you though.
Okay, so say like yourself or myself, we get a contract with like a Sandbox, which is an oil field company. They're like the conglomerate. They got all the work. So if you or me get a contract, me or you can go on Craigslist and Facebook and just start posting, and we got that work. And we'll start hiring owner operators up under our authority. And we choose how we pay them and how we make money off of them, which is like charging them for chassis, renting a chassis, charging them for insurance. You charge them on a high rate for insurance that you already paid on, but you charge the owner operator that to make money off of them. Man, it's crazy out there, man. How they charge money, unnecessary fees, but they do that to make money off of us.
Of course. I'm gonna ask you. So how do I know I'm kind of switching a little bit, but how do we get those contracts? Like, do you know? Do you know like who we can? I'm not asking you to give up a source, but I'm saying like how we go about getting those kind of contracts.
You got to know somebody. It's just like it's no different from out here, man. If you are in the right position, if you know somebody, then you got it. It's just like if you say, use an example. I mean, you know the place that you do flatbed for down in Ennis. You know that place. Say that that's your uncle's girlfriend. You know the logistics coordinator is your uncle's girlfriend. You got flatbed trucks. Who you think finna get that contract now? You
Of
see what I'm
course.
saying?
Right.
That's how it works. You just got to know the right people and be in line with the right people.
Okay. And what's a chassis? I'm asking because I ain't never done it, and some other people may not know.
A chassis is just a frame of a trailer, and that's what they put the boxes on that holds the sand.
Okay. Cool. So you get there, and I'm assuming you got some kind of formal orientation. How long is it? 1 day, 2 days? What?
It just varies. Typically, like for owner operators, it's only going to be like maybe a day or two because you gotta get like a H2S card, and you gotta get a O2 sensor card or something like that. I can't remember, bro. You know, I've been out the game for a minute, man. But yeah, you got to get these cards. You got to have these certification cards, and you got to pay for orientation. They charge you for that. Ain't nothing free. So they charge you about, I don't know, I think it's like $125 or something for the class, or maybe a total of 200. It just varies from class to class. I
Man.
mean, not from class to class, but from company. It's different companies that hold these courses.
Okay. That's to Easy David, S121, Deneric. I met in TV. Appreciate y'all for joining in. Um, that's crazy though that they making you pay for orientation. Usually people paying you to do orientation. Saying they making you pay. Yeah,
Now you pay for everything in oil field, brother.
Wow. If y'all have any questions, by the way, feel free to ask. That's what I'm doing. I'm asking, try to get the information for y'all and just put it out there. Okay, so now you done all that. What's the next step? You just what they tell you. You just go like how that works. Dispatch it, like how they
No,
any.
you take those orientation classes, and then you go get a chassis, and you go get a box, and you ready to haul sand. It's just like that. Orientation. Okay, let me call a yard and see do we have any boxes available. Boom, you ready to roll. Or if you have the aluminum, the pneumatic trailers, it's the same thing. If we'll call and see if you got pneumatic trailers, you already have your pump on your truck, you ready to go. It's just orientation, and you go straight to hauling sand, whether you're doing pneumatic or you're doing the box. If you don't have a pump,
So I'm assuming, depending on which one you're doing, you have to have a pump.
yeah, pneumatic you have to have a pump. Pneumatic you have to have a pump. Boxes you don't have to have a pump.
Do they pay you more for that pump?
Yeah, you get paid more, but depending on how busy it is, you can make just as much money doing the without a pump. But if the work is there, you can make more money without the pump.
Okay. Somebody asked, S125 asked, have you heard of a company named, I'm assuming it's Sisu? They advertising 15 a week out of Fort Worth.
Yeah, I heard of them.
You know
Yeah,
anything
yeah.
about it?
Nah, I don't know anything about them, but I know about them. This SISU, I believe it is.
Yeah,
I've
that's right.
heard. Yeah, I've heard of them. It sounds like they're a pneumatic company.
Well, having said that, I guess we can jump right to the money side of that process real quick. But now I'm gonna go ahead and ask you to make sure we understand. So there's no training, there's no how to do nothing. Orientation is just, or do they consider orientation training? Like, are you learn what you learning there?
It's sort of like training, man, but not really. It's almost like most people probably have lied that you like pneumatic. You're supposed to have training because you know it's sort of like hauling gas. You know how we have to know how to pull the compartment and the vapor line and all that. It's just certain stuff you have to know with pneumatic. And so certain guys may have worked for like Tuttle and Tuttle locally, and then they go to the oil field. They kind of already know how to work a pump and a pneumatic trailer. But it is sometimes guys that'll ride with guys and they'll lie and say that they have that experience and they don't really have it. So they really just going on your word, bro. It's a lot of dudes sitting there that ain't never really did it on their own, and they're just going from like a ride along, and they lied on the application and they get in there and they go out on their first job and make a mess.
When you say make a mess, what do you mean? Like how that work? Like what it look like?
Now, I'm telling you on the pneumatic side, I don't do that. I'm just going on what I heard. You could do too much pressure and have sand everywhere.
Wow. Okay. What's going
But
on? Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
now I'm just saying by doing the wrong, you know, hitting the levers wrong, and then on the can side, I mean on the box side, if you don't secure your load right, you can drop sand all over the parking lot.
So
It's
when you say,
almost equivalent to having a spill with gas. Like if you don't secure your drop your bottom, if you don't make sure your bottom is closed, you can pull off and sand will be everywhere, man.
that's crazy, man. So you don't get. So how you learning how to secure things then? What's going on, CWE? I mean CW Acres. How you learn how to secure things then?
It's like a small walkthrough. Like whenever you first go out there, it's like wherever you get your trailer from, they'll kind of give you a small walkthrough of showing you, hey, this is closed, this is open. Make sure that you close this all the way. If you don't have this closed, you're gonna make a mess. So it's a simple. It's part of orientation. That part showing you how to open and close the bottom, make sure it's closed. But depending on what kind of box that you're all in, whether it be sandbox, Liberty, or Pro X boxes, which is basically the same type of boxes, those boxes you don't really have to worry about those bottom spills like you do with sandbox. Sandbox, you can make a real mess. With those Pro X boxes, you're really good. You don't have to worry about spilling nothing.
All right. So now we got that. So basically, you pull up, I guess, to some place, and they dumping the sand in the boxes, and you securing it, you taking off.
Well, you gotta go to a loading facility and load the sand,
Okay.
and then you gotta drive out to wherever you're dumping the sand off, like whatever site that you're working. You'll dump it off wherever whatever wherever you're working at, you'll take it there.
So let's go ahead and get to the good then. So what's the good thing about being out there? Is the money real, man? I know that's what the people want to know. What's going on, Joseph? I know that's what the people want to know. Is the money real?
Yeah, the money is definitely there, man. But it's all about what kind of person you are. Because I can tell you, the quality of life is trash. You have no quality of life, man. I mean, if you're there for a purpose to make money, you'll make it. But if you're trying to make a career out of the oil field, that's not a good decision in my opinion.
Well, before I get to what I was going to ask you about that, about how much, Daenerys asked, what kind of round trip is that?
It can vary, man, because you can have low.
I don't know if I lost him. I don't hear him. I know he en route. Going to help out somebody. He was at the crib. Got your back?
Yeah, well, yeah. Did you hear me?
Nah, I lost you. We was asking what kind of round trip is that mileage wise? And he was clear. Then it's like he went out again. Yeah, I was saying though. Yeah, you want to go help somebody. I got you back now.
Hold on, baby. I'm doing. Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah. I was asking you how much. What kind of round trip is that mileage wise? He going in and out. It's like you sound great 1 second.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's like you sound great 1 second, then you just like a complete blank.
All right. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you good, and then you would just go like a straight black. So, are you good? Man, I don't know what happened with all that. But yeah, I'm gonna ask him, y'all. Y'all ask y'all questions. I want to know what's the most money he ever made, or that he knows somebody made. One thing I know about this dude is he had to kind of take your word. If you say you made 10, 12 grand, he gonna ask you for a settlement. He needs to see it for himself. So he don't go by a lot of that's what they say, you know. So I'm definitely gonna ask him about that. Hopefully we can get him back.
Yeah, I can hear you, man. So we good?
Yeah, we good, man. Long
Okay,
as
so let me start over again.
Okay.
So it could be short as 40 or 50 miles, but you have to multiply that by 2 because you're going loaded 50 miles, and then you got to come back to go get a load another load, which is probably another 50. Or it could be at another facility. It's just like you got a whole lot of different facilities where you can load sand at. So it depends on how far you got to go. But if you're going back to the same place, it's going to be 50 miles to go back to that same place. Or you could go 30 miles to a closer facility, and it'll be like that. It just depends on where you load.
And how much money you getting paid on these loads?
It's a rate sheet. They have a rate sheet, like say like a 50 miles, they could have that paying like 396 or close to 400 or something like that. Or they could have like up to 100 miles, which could pay you like, I don't know, maybe $500, $600. And then they could have 150 miles, and they can pay you like $700-800.
Oh my.
Yeah. So, and then the beautiful part about the oil field is that it's 24/7. As long as you got the energy, you can make money.
So what we saying? No logging? We ain't got to worry about logs.
Most of the companies, no, no,
so,
sir. No
so
ELD, no logs. You just running free willing. You out there getting it.
is that so? Is that just what they call that, man? I forgot, outlaw. So is it more like outlaw trucking, or the troopers and none of them, like nobody really cares?
Well, I'm gonna say this. It's sort of like it's laws that we don't really look into to where they say that you're like within 100-mile radius. They'll put it up under that to where you don't have to really run a log or whatever, because you're not running real long distances.
Yeah, they call it that short haul exception.
The exemption or something like that, or something like that. Yeah. So now the troopers don't really mess with you because when they see a trailer, they already out. He's out there getting our money. He's out there getting our patrolling. We're not going to mess with him. So now they really don't mess with you, bro.
Wow. So okay. So having said that, I see you didn't every time you might go bless your game for a month. So how much money can you make in a day / in a week? Shall I say? I just go with week.
When I was out there, the most that I grossed, and hear what I say, the most that I grossed was like $11,400, I believe it was. That was the most I grossed in a week's time, and the work was kind of not peak, but it was kind of mediocre, meaning that it wasn't just booming, but I was able to squeeze that 11 grand out of them that week.
How much? What's the most? Oh, go ahead.
But once I netted, once I took out all my expenses, I think I made maybe like 9. After fuel, I think it was a fuel in their percentage, because you got to pay them a percentage. Like when you're running under somebody, you gotta pay your percentage. So after that, I think I made about 9 something.
Okay. Boy, Joseph said I unplugged my ELD when I ran.
Yeah, we on the same team on that one.
S125 asks, how many miles would you say that? I'm assuming for the week, if you was making that, when you made that roughly at 11.4.
I would say it was probably about 3,000, less than 3,000 miles.
Dang. So in the census, I was like, you boys running over the road, huh?
All trucking is like that in a sense, bro.
I ain't gonna go that far. I ain't gonna say
all trucking is like that in a sense. But you missed the point though. The point is to make money, bro, in bulk in a short period of time. See, your job is gonna pay good, but it ain't gonna pay like that. I mean, this dude might be trying to knock off his house or pay off his car note, or some major might have came across in his life, and the oil field is a perfect lick.
Nah, I ain't gonna stunt though. I will say that though. Usually, you can be out here running 3,000 miles. You probably ain't gonna make no 11. not on a consistent. Well, I don't know if it was consistent, but we're gonna get to that. How much do? Because I know you. I ain't know if you heard me. I was telling the people you don't take people words. You got to see the action.
Right.
You got to see settlements. So, what's the most that you know for anybody to make?
Probably what I on the boxes. Probably what I made. That's the most I've ever known anybody to make, about 11,000 or something on the boxes. But as far as the pneumatic, I've heard they made like 16 to 18,000 a week.
Whoa! Now, why is there so much more?
Because their load and unload times are way longer than the boxes. See, a box is just like unloading a pallet on a truck. You know how they come on your trailer on the drive-in and unload one pallet?
Right.
That's how quick it is to unload on the chassis. That's how quick your load is unloaded, that quick. But on a pneumatic, it takes like 45 minutes to an hour on top of you being in line having to wait to get unloaded. Once you're up to bat, it takes you about an hour to get unloaded almost. See, when you're on that chassis, it's just like unload the pallet. Forklift come scoop it up, take it off, boom, get out of there. Get out of there. Let's
You kind of faded to the back real quick somehow.
No, I'm just saying it's just the load times.
I'm talking about the volume.
I don't have no control over it, man.
Yeah,
Can you hear me now?
It's like you in a hallway or something, like kind of distant.
I haven't moved nowhere.
That's crazy how that's happening, man. was hearing you just fine, and then I was just in the middle of your sentence, you kind of like faded to the hallway or something like that.
So how's the sound now?
It sound the same, like the hallway kind of sound. I mean, you could be heard, it just sound like you're distant.
That's crazy.
I know. So you were saying though that they got so they got a longer waiting time, but they getting paid more money, right?
Longer waiting time. I mean, I can't necessarily say the waiting time will be longer. I said the loading and the unloading times are longer.
Well, that's what I mean, though. How can they potentially make like $16,000 to $18,000 in a week if they waiting? Do they get paid to wait? I guess.
With them possibly, I don't know. I'm not sure with that. I know that you don't get paid to wait on the boxes. They don't pay you no demurrage on the boxes, but yeah, you possibly get that on the pneumatic side.
Wow. Okay. I mean, I know you all about your money, bro. Why you didn't get on that side?
Because I'm not trying to wait.
But you get more money though. At the end of the day, we talking money.
Okay, but you also have to spend money, a lot of money to get that pump installed on you. The startup costs.
Okay, what
startup costs with the pumps is what turn most people away from doing the pneumatic.
Ah.
And then, like I told you, you can make more money on the boxes because it's just like it's trucking, man. Like the boxes could be booming and the pneumatics could be slow. So now those guys are dropping their cans to come get boxes because they're making money over on boxes.
Okay.
So it's sort of like, flatbed could be booming and dry boxes not doing anything or something like that. You're gonna drop your dry box and go get some straps and go get the flatbed. You know what I'm saying? That's how it is in the oil field. If the cans are not moving and they're not doing anything, they're gonna come get a box, man.
Okay. What's happening? Jerome Jones. Question right here is say, I can kind of answer this a little bit, but I'm gonna let you answer your own question, man. He say, what are you motivated to do next? Or are you content to stay where you at?
Well, I'm not in the oil field. I got my own authority. I just went out there when it got rough out here.
Yeah. I knew that, but
I just had to tell him, and that's another thing too. Like with me having my own authority being out there, whenever the oil field started slowing down, guys were all saying like, "Where are you gonna do? What you gonna do? Where are you going?" I told them, "Hey man, look on the side of my truck." I said, "Man, that's me right there, man." I said, "I'm going back to hook up to my trailer and get back to doing what I was doing regular." But nah, man, that was what I was saying in the beginning. I don't know if you heard us when we started. I wouldn't recommend people trying to be a lifer, make a career out of doing the oil field. It's not really a good choice in my opinion. I think you need to go out there when the getting is good, get your money, and then go back to doing what you're doing. I mean, that's my opinion. Whenever the money paying, stay out there and get all you can get. When it starts slowing down, hey, pull your parachute. Go do what you do.
So I'm finna ask about. We're gonna get into a little bit of the bad and the ugly a little bit. He asked what you haul, but dry box. It's 125. So taxes, man. I noticed you said a while ago it was 11.4, and you took home about $9,000. So can you break it down for us what those fees look like?
You know, I'm driving right now. I wish I could look at my sheet and post it up on the screen for you, but right off the top of my head, they do stuff, man. The oil field company make up stuff. So say like whenever it's booming, whenever it's rolling, you don't have no fees. Like they don't charge you for no chassis fee or nothing. It's just all they're doing is charging you maybe like the 15% that they charge for being leased on to them for having the contract. That's probably all you have to pay when you first go out there. So it's booming, 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 booming. You don't got no fees. So now it's starting to slow down. The work's starting to look shady. So now they want to start charging you $400 a month for that chassis that you were riding for free on the whole time you've been there. So now they starting to charge $400 for the chassis. And really, shit, you would have to probably ask Joseph more, because I have my own authority. I wasn't getting charged a lot of stuff because I already got insurance. They have to pay insurance and stuff. I didn't have to pay all of that type of stuff. So it's like,
go ahead.
No, I'm just saying. So it's like they charge them like out the ass for insurance, man. It's like crazy rates they'll charge them for insurance.
Wow. Yeah, I would like to get some kind of number then, because with the number you just gave, was you paying your own insurance, the $9,000, your own insurance. But then it's very wild that you said that when things are flowing and the money's being made, that they not charging you anything. Well, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, they're not. They ain't charging you nothing. Nope.
Wow. And then when they go down, they want to. So I guess from their perspective, basically they're gonna get their money one way or the other. I guess how it's working. When the money go down, then they're gonna start taking from you.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. I guess that's how big businesses work, man. So, yeah, I wanted to know because, like, when I was talking to DP when he was out there, it was like it seemed like you were your gross, and then but you was gross, and then your net seemed like it was about a good 60%.
Yeah, that's the difference I was telling you. Like I had my own authority, so it wasn't as bad for me. Like the guys that don't have their own authority, they charge them these crazy fees, man.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, but man, yeah, I wish you could get that breakdown, because I'd like to see that breakdown on what exactly they charge you. So fuel, how does that work? You get a fuel card, or you got to pay for it? You get it how you live.
You can get a fuel card because I actually got a fuel card at one of the companies I was with, because I think during the time I owed Comdat some money and I ain't paying them back, so they cut my Comdat off. So I ended up using one of the companies I was with. I ended up using their fuel card. So yeah, they have fuel cards available.
Okay. How much would you estimate that's being used in fuel over the course of the week?
It just depends on how hard you run, man. I mean, it's just like any other job. You got your lazy guys that's content with a certain amount of money, and then you got your greedy eaters like myself that's gonna be up all day every day. So I think the most I've spent on fuel in a week, bro, is about 2,000. I think it's about 2,000. I spent about $2,000, bro.
Well, I guess you did say you run about 3,000 miles, so yeah, I guess that's not bad. So when you're getting how you live, how that look? You running 24 hours? What you doing? 10 hours, 12 hours? What you doing?
Well, I'll run as much as my body let me. Like sometimes I'll have it on my mind, like, oh yeah, man, we finna go get it, and I get to going down the highway, and that tire bat hit me, boom, and I have to pull over. On the shoulder or something and give me a few hours. So I mean that's how I play it out there, man. And whenever I get tired, I pull over, get some hours, and jump back up and get back on it. It's just you got to listen to your body, pretty much.
Dang.
So I'm one of them guys that can do that, but you got other guys they got their body has a schedule. It's like every night at midnight, I got to go to sleep, and I wake up at 4 every night. I ain't like that. I'm like one of them dudes that can dance to any beat. Whenever I get enough rest, I'm ready to roll. But like I said, you got guys that have a schedule, and they do that every night. Same bat time, same bat channel.
So how many hours would you say you have to run a week to get that 11 grand? I know it's gonna give and take because of like waiting times. Because I remember when I was talking to you Joe and DP when y'all was out there. It's like sometimes you could be in line, like y'all say a line could be like 75 trucks deep.
I ain't never been. Like,
Uh-oh.
Can you hear me?
Yo. Okay, got you now. Say it again.
I've never been in the wait that deep.
Okay.
But I've waited probably. I'm trying to think about the longest I've ever waited. It wasn't that long, man. Maybe I probably waited about 3 or 4 hours at the most one time before. I think that's probably about the longest I've waited in line.
Okay, then. So having said that, then how many hours would you project that you working for the week to gross the 11 grand?
Honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. Don't keep track of that. Don't care because I'm looking at my money. And I'm just long as I'm good to go, bro. I'm not tracking no hours, logging the time and all the time I had to stay. If I had to put an estimation on it, man. Or are you just saying just waiting and working as a total?
Yeah, I was just saying, just basically, you go grind. Now, I know what you said about how you feel, but I'm just saying, like the average person to get that 11 grand, he's seeking out for that week. Like, let's just say on a regular routine, he waking up at 5 a.m. to get going. Like, is he working 15 hours a day? Like that kind
of. Well, I'm gonna keep it real with you. Like I just told you, I was taking them cat naps. So I'll just be real and say about 15, 16 hours a day. To get that, you gonna have to go get it.
Okay.
So yes, sir.
Is the job itself easy? We all understand trucking. We know like you get wore out working a lot of hours by itself. But I'm saying, is the job itself? Like I know you just said that if you don't secure the stand, you have a big spill. But so like, is it easy to how's that transition? Load and unload. Is it pretty easy?
It's pretty easy. It's pretty easy. It's very easy whenever you got your mind intact and you're thinking. But when you get to thinking about money and maybe you got to arguing with your old lady or you and your brother having problems or somebody just passed away, you ain't focused, that's when you start messing up. That's when you have a spill. When your mind not focused and you're tired. But long as you get your rest, man, you ain't gonna make no mistakes. You'll be okay. But when you bring other issues out there with you, along with being tired, yeah, you're gonna make a mess. And then you're gonna get fired.
Well, yeah. Would you say because I'm comparing this to myself as I'm listening, I'm kind of comparing it to OTR, and I know you've done that before as well. So would you say it's similar from a family perspective? Like how often are you getting home? If you can hear me, hold on. Okay, you there?
Yeah,
you going in and out.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Similar to OTR.
Okay.
It's very similar to OTR because they want you out there for 30 days.
Oh, there's kind of what they're looking for. They're looking for you. Yeah. You said they looking for you to do a minimum of like 30?
Nah, they don't really care, bro. Their minimum is like 20, 21.
Hmm. Okay.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, their minimum is like 3 weeks, 21 days.
Okay. And so having
But
said that, by the way, with no hours, you can run straight
but
21 days straight, huh?
yeah, that's what I'm saying. The minimum they want you to stay out there is 3 weeks. But like I said, when you got guys out there on a mission, man, you got guys that don't go home for months. They'll just stay out there. Matter of fact, I think David said that he's done it before.
Man. Question, is there are there bonuses in place?
No, no.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep it real with you, man. I think that it's a lot of stuff that the companies get and share with the employees.
You say what? You think a lot of companies what?
It's a lot of business incentives
Uh,
that the
like
company
computer.
they don't give it to the employees.
So I'm gonna try to sum up what you said because you was in and out. You saying that the big wigs got to no, just say it again. I ain't gonna try to sum it up. Say it again for us. Dang.
Sound
Don't
like
even know what's happening. What's happening? Jeez. Don't know what that is. Where you at anyway, man? Well, you ain't got to tell me where you at. You know what I'm saying? You got to put your location out there. But yeah, I'm gonna say I'm gonna move up to something else then real quick. Is that I know you saying no bonuses in place. I don't know the other part that you said. I remember DP told me that some dirty sides of it. Well, I'm gonna ask you, do you do before I get to him, do you feel like I've heard that they bat on your trucks? You think that's myth or is that real? They rough on your truck.
Can you hear me?
Are you there? Yeah. Did you hear my question?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, can
Yeah,
you hear
I
me?
heard you. I'm asking you, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, it's starting to break up. You start to sound like RoboCop to me, man. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you just fine now. Bro,
Hey,
bro.
I'll be right back, man.
Okay,
I'm gonna restart my phone or something. I'll be right back.
okay, that'll work. Me let me see over here. Let me go ahead and let him step out. He said, big ups to anyone running sand in West Texas. Long waits, long hitch, bad phone service, and being in the middle of nowhere. I definitely heard about some of those the bad phone service. Actually, when I was talking to the homies, man, they got in certain places. It sounded just like that. And then you got the computer look, the computer thing going on. That must tear up their tires. They do. Do they get any tires discount? I asked him when we get him back in. Um, what I was gonna say, why he come in here, man? Why he went on to come back? So one of the guys that was running out there, he been to the oil field like twice that I know. He did it. I think one of them, man, he probably was out there for a year. Another time he was out there like maybe maybe 7 months. And yeah, I just got a text, can't get in. What's that? Well, what you asking, Joseph? You said can't get in. You asking me, can you come in? Like join in on the stream? If so, absolutely. If you asking something else, let me know. Just type it in over there. But yeah, what he was telling me though was that the downside though is that hold on, let me try to remember, try to gather my thoughts. My phone going off and trying to read that stuff. Oh, he actually got skimmed out of his money. He said, I'm gonna give you a story that he told me that obviously he went through this, so it was the real deal. He said that he was word got around that they had a bad DOT number. Like I think they had actually got stripped, suspended. You know that part where they deactivate you or whatever. And so whoever he was running with had a bad DOT number, but they didn't tell nobody. You know what I'm saying? The company knew. They just had the guys out there running illegal. And so one of the guys that were working for him got pulled over and they shut him down. So he like, obviously word get around when that kind of stuff happen. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna get around quick with people that work for this company. And so yeah, word got around, man, they shut down. So at that point, obviously the troopers or police, all that was on the lookout for that particular company because you had guys running illegally. So what everybody ended up have to do that was working for them, like him specifically, he ended up shutting down. Just like, bounced out. Can I get? Oh yes, sir. I got you. I'm finna type it in. I'm finna put it right here, man. Just click this link. Click this link right here, Joseph, and we should be able to get you in, man. Just click on that right there. I just put in. Let me know if you can click on it. And yeah, he had got shut down. Dude ended up owing him like, if I remember right, it was somewhere between $9,000 and $12,000. And the dude went ghost, by the way. Whoever they was running with and had a contract with went ghost. And yeah, man, I didn't hear from him, man. It was a lot of people mad. I mean, had this. If I see this dude, I ain't gonna sit over the internet. Y'all could imagine what someone would say that duck out on you. Oh, 10 racks. That's gonna be a whole problem. So that kind of stuff. Depend on. I don't even think that matter where you from. Somebody get you all that kind of money. Yeah, you searching for them and you looking for them. But yeah, that's the downside of it. Going down the bad and the ugly that I know of firsthand, listening to them, is that and the guy that I'm trying to get in, by the way, that's a very, very, very good homie of mine. Been knowing him since well back in the gas days too. Been like now 9 years now. Yeah. So hopefully we can get him on in because he was out there in the oil field as well. But yeah, these people, man, they are hard to vet, that you're working for. As y'all missed it early on in the stream, he was saying that people like me, myself, if I know the right person, I can go get a contract and put some people in. And you putting people in and I can put some people on, but it's like, how can you vet me? Don't know. And I can just run off with the money, run off with the plug, as they like to say. Hey, Joseph, did that work for you when you clicked on it? Let me know up in there. It'll be good to get both of these fellas on. Let me see. Oh, there you go. There he go. There he go. What's up, man?
What's up, man?
You sounded good over there, dog.
Sounding good. I had to get some wires going. Make sure I don't break up too much.
You're breaking up. You're breaking up.
Yeah, I'm out here getting it. So yeah, I'm out here rolling, man.
Yes, sir, man. What? Obviously, you had something on your brain, man. The floor is yours.
Well, brother Green was bringing up a bunch of memories and stuff, but I didn't really, I kept up with the finances, like he said, but you just be in grind mode when you're out there, so you don't really, worry about the hours and stuff. You just be out there getting it. But I can remember he was talking about he just crashed out. I hope he come back in here because I'm gonna get him. And one night he pulled over on the shoulder. His chance is just out in the road, bro. We laughed all night. He slept all night with his trailer just out in the road. I said, "Come on, man."
He just. Hello. Uh-oh. Let me try to get it back in. We got him back over here too. Hey, we had lost you a little bit, Joe. Oh, let me get you back. Hold on. All right. Yeah. Yeah, we got Joseph in here, AMG. You hear me? Oh, let me see. I don't hear him. He in here. Hey. Well, you can still hear me, Joe?
Yeah, I hear you. I know I got a lot of shaking, but like I said, I'm rolling.
Oh, you actually working, huh? Nah, just messing with you. So,
you made it back fast, man. I see all that yellow. Look at him go.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
But
I actually,
go ahead.
now I'm gonna say, yeah, I actually, after I saw you rolling, I pretty much came straight back up and hopped on the bike, man. I went to a little trail, got on the bike before it's like about to start raining out here. Before it started raining, I said I'm gonna go to get this little cardio in. Um,
Oh, okay.
yeah, it just kicked him out the stream, so I guess he's gonna try to
Oh,
come back. Maybe it wasn't working for him, but yeah, you go ahead though. You was talking about I was rolling and this dude, just sitting out on the side of the road.
yeah. He had to pull over, I guess, and get him a nap. But that dude, man, he was out that beast mode. I was kind of on the fence as far as like he was saying, one of those guys that was kind of content with a certain amount because I try to keep my bills low. There he is.
Yeah.
So I mean, I ran hard, but when I got tired, I pulled over. You know.
Oh, okay. Hey, you heard him, Green? That man having trouble. Let me tell you too, man. On the background, let me tell you what's happening on the background. So
Yeah.
we were supposed to get on Sunday. Some came up on me. Had to handle some business, which is all good. I ended up just leaving out, bouncing out, went out and played some little golf or whatever. Anyway, so it was cool. Um, so I hit him today. He was at the crib. It was all good. What I'm saying? He's like, yeah, we can hit it up. So I said, all right, let's do it at 1 o'clock. It's like bet. Um, soon we finna hit the live stream. He sent me a text jumping on. He was like, "Hey man, I gotta go help out somebody." So I just called. He said, "I'm still jump on though." That's why I was like, "Well, it is what it is." So,
Yeah.
yeah, you know how I go, man. We still gotta look out for each other out here. Um,
Oh yeah.
so what are some of the down, the ugly and the bad, man? I don't know if you heard me telling you the story that DP had told me how they just run out with the plug. It's hard to vet them people that you're working for or whatever. What's some of the bad and the ugly out there?
You talking to me or Green? I see you back on here.
Yeah, I'm waiting on for him to say something. I mean, he here,
Oh,
but
okay.
yeah.
Man,
So
them people, I don't know. Like, I'm probably got a different opinion than Brother Green does, but man, them people, for one, they didn't give a damn about you. You know what I'm saying? They did not care. If you made one mistake, you're out of here. You know, like he said, you could have something on your mind. They don't give a damn. You messed up. Get up out of here. So they didn't care. Like, hell, the first orientation I went to, they didn't have enough instructors. And hell, I spent the night at the place waiting to go inside to take my orientation, and it was full of people when I walked in. They like, come back. It was a Thursday, like, come back Monday. Goddamn, I done drove out here, 300 miles to come and go to orientation. You talking about come back Monday? So that was one. That was strike one. And then what you was talking about, that DOT number that was bad. Green, when he first got there, he pulled up the DOT number and he showed me that. Like, ah, shit. I was like, man, these people are some crooks. They're gonna get us. But I was like, the money's still hitting my bank account. I'm gonna take a chance. So I stayed. I stayed for a while with them, but I didn't know all of that. By the time DOT was putting them out of service and stuff, shit, I was back on this side. I done left.
dang, man.
Yeah. But
So
yeah, I mean that's just the oil field in general. Because I was in the oil field in Louisiana, and I was driving a vacuum truck, and it was the same thing. When work slowed down, doesn't matter. You got to work. I mean, just anything. They want to run you off. That's just my experience. Anybody, it may not be that way, but that's what I experienced when I was in.
all right, at
Yeah.
the end, you say that's what your experience when you was in Louisiana. I'm assuming.
Yeah, well, it it felt like the same thing. It was the same as Louisiana and Midland, Texas, whatever. They kind of ran things the same way. The locations, they all look the same. The wellhead ain't nothing different. You got them head guys watching you. As you're driving in there, making sure you're going down a certain road. I mean, you name it. I mean, but it was fun, because I was used to it. So it didn't really bother me, but it just depends on the person.
Yeah. So yeah, I had asked him, and he was saying so y'all had they wanted y'all to stay out there 21 days, and then when you did go home, how long was they expecting? Because you know how they do. I know they do this with regular just company guys over the road. They got this
Uh huh.
expectation. How long they want, before you come back? What kind of was their expectations out there in the oil field?
Yeah, I would say about the 21 days. The company that we work for, that's what they would do. But 3 weeks, and I'll come home for a week. And the dude, by Friday or Saturday, the dude start asking when you coming back, all of that stuff. But like I said, I was doing the minimum because I really didn't want to be out there. I was the guy you mentioned the other day about I wouldn't go back. It'd have to be absolutely desperate need. But anyway, yeah, 21 days the least. But hell, some guys, if they was like you saying grind mode like Wayne, man, Wayne would stay out there 3, 4 months at a time. And if his wife would piss him off or something, I ain't got back. Fuck it. Oops, I cussed, but that's what he would say. So he would stay out there longer, 6, 7 months. But not me, shit. 3 weeks couldn't come fast enough.
So I guess I don't know if you mind talking about the number since it's old. So what actually did you have the fees that he said that he didn't really have his authority? Did you have those fees?
No, because I had my authority. So I didn't have those, but I knew this one man that is an older man, he had them. But I can't remember everything, but I know they was hitting him over the head. Like I think we was getting about 85, I think it's 85%, and I think that guy was getting like 65. But
Oh,
I don't, it's been so long, so
right.
I can't quite remember everything. But there was, you tell me if I'm going too far, man. But they was breaking it off in his crack, man.
Say what you need to say.
It's truck drivers. It talk. That's what we talk like,
That's
you
it.
know.
Just like you on the phone.
Anyway,
Yeah.
hey, yeah, they was breaking it off in his crack. So I mean, they was charging him more for the chassis and the tires. We all had to pay for tires. Like they at first you could call them. Like when I first started, you could call them when you had a blowout and they would fix it. But by the time I got ready to go, if you had a flat, it was on you. I don't care. If the chassis got a blowout or something, that's your responsibility. So anything, lights, I didn't want to do nothing. And hell, I started fixing them lights and shit myself because I didn't want to bring it to them and get charged $200-300 for them to just put two wires on a butt crimp. Crimp two wires or tape it with some damn black tape, and they charging you $200. So I was fixing that stuff myself to try to keep them from doing that.
So was these traders that they charging y'all for assigned to you?
Yeah, like we dealt with a recruiter, so he would tell you to go to the yard and get this chassis number. How you got your trailer numbers and all that. They give you that chassis, and if you go to a sandbox shop, they would fill it out, the chassis number and whatever repairs they did to it, and before you know it, your check stub would show the repairs to that chassis on that, and it's coming out of your stuff.
Yeah, baby. Some of the stuff he was talking about at the beginning. Okay, the pneumatic. That's what it's called, pneumatic, right?
Right.
So he said, I know you heard him, that they could some of the time up to make to $16,000 to $18,000 a week, right?
Yeah.
Now, I didn't fully hear him because he was going in out some. Why y'all didn't want to do that? Like, because I heard him say stuff about waiting, and I'm kind of like, I don't care about waiting if I'm gonna make that kind of money. So it didn't make
Yeah.
sense to me. So can you break that down for me?
Why we didn't do that instead?
Yeah, I mean, we talking the extra.
Use that.
Yeah.
Well, for one, when none of us had a blower, the pump is actually just a blower. None of us had a blower with a PTO on our trucks, so all we had was the fifth wheel. You got to find somebody that you could just pull pull the sandbox or something. Because unless you want to spend, I think them damn blowers was, I've heard 5 to 10 grand just to put a blower on your truck, you know, and then that was also to include with the blower, you putting wear and tear on your engine because it's got to, you got to run your PTO. The engine got to pump that stuff off. So you got your truck running and the blower pressuring up the trailer, all of that good stuff. And we didn't have none of that. All we got is the fifth wheel. But
Ah,
I mean, it was more money. You make more, but you're gonna spend more to get started.
well, it actually sound like long term may not be that good for you though. The way you just broke that down.
Yeah.
'Cause, yeah, if
And
you
I don't
uh,
really know too much about it. I was breaking up or what? We good?
yeah, we go ahead.
Okay. I don't know too much about the blowers and I mean, not about the blower, but the pneumatic side. But I've heard they got a lot of detention. Like they would get to the job and make more than whatever the load paid on detention, just from hearsay. You
Okay.
know, hell, there's a guy on the side of the road now with one, saying with a pneumatic truck, just
I don't
passed
even
one
know.
up. But um, that's all I could really think of. Just we didn't have all of that extra equipment on our trucks.
So do you agree that from some of the hearsay that it could be rough on your trucks, tires and just on your truck overall, just being out there?
You broke up a little bit of the hearsay about what?
About it being rough on your truck, like with the
Oh
tires
yeah,
or
yeah, yeah. That stuff is heavy. Um, well, I stayed there 3 months. It felt longer than that shit, but at the beginning, they was putting 40,000 pounds of sand in the box, and chassis probably trucking trailer or trucking chassis and box is about 35, ish 40. I think it's about 35,000 pounds. So when they dropped that 40 on you, sometimes they was trying to put more. They were trying to get you at least to 80,000, and then you on a dirt road. When you're going to the well site, it's a dirt road. I mean, you're pretty much banging your truck up. You're not on the highway, so it's like driving, just making a road for yourself. I mean, it was bad. I was worried about my springs. Hell, on my dashboard would be, all of that stuff. But yeah, it was rough. You know, but after, when you come back on your break from working out there, you pretty much have to go over all of your springs and U-bolts and anything you could think of and try to make sure that stuff was still tight because it'd be done rattled loose from all them old rough ass roads.
so that
Hell, I
that.
had
Uh-huh. No, go ahead.
oh, I remember Wayne. He had hit a bump, man. It's not funny, but he hit a bump like his battery cable was rubbing underneath the hood or something, and it rubbed so much the way it burned his computer, and he was cursing, you know, man, F this bumpity bump ass road. I'm going to the house, and all this stuff. So yeah, it was rough on your truck, man. You just had to take care of it. You're making the money. You got to spend that shit.
Yeah, that sounds that sounds kind of rough. Because I'm assuming if you didn't do it yourself, that the any shops out there was raping you as well.
Oh yeah, yeah. They overcharging you and stuff. But I mean, you pretty much getting overcharged for everything to me, even diesel. You think it makes some damn sense? I'm pretty much running the same miles, maybe a little less, $2,000 in diesel just to run out there, and you was running basically some local, like a local gas load,
Right.
50 miles or something. I heard Green was saying it was only maybe. I know I only did that once. I was going into New Mexico, but as far as the fuel goes, I mean that's ridiculous. It was way like at least $1 plus more than anywhere else.
Are you just
Dollar a gallon more.
you talking about what they were just charging like at the truck stops, pilot and all that?
Yeah, Pilot and all of them at least $1 more than Dallas Fort Worth.
Makes a lot of
Yeah,
sense because they know you ain't got no options.
yeah. You don't have no option. They hit you over the head. Hell, I even thought about getting a pickup truck with a tote or something and filling it up out here and bringing it down to save the money. But hell, you burn the price of that shit in gas trying to get the truck out there. So screw it.
He's trying.
Yeah.
That man, that was a creative mind, though. I tell you that.
Hell, you got plenty of time to think while you driving in this damn sand truck. You can't do shit else but look out the window. There's nothing out there to see. Some damn jackrabbits and coyotes and shit. That's tumbleweed. Ain't really nothing. So you just thinking all the time.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, it is a lot. This one.
Yeah.
Dude, he said he regional. He never spent that much. I put it right here. It was just I went on the screen, but
Oh, okay.
yeah.
This is a different type of screen. I don't see any comments.
Oh, okay. Yeah, some people
Yeah.
say they can see them. Some people say they can't. I don't know how it work on
Yeah.
yeah.
But it's all good. I tried to read a comment earlier and I hit that shoulder, man. So I better just look straight.
Yeah, we don't need that. You don't need that. Good thing
Yeah.
you're on your own authority. Otherwise, you ain't, these people these days, they getting fired. You getting
Oh, yeah.
fired.
Get fired.
Yeah, I seen this female that did a YouTube deal. She doing a jockey or whatever. What they call them dudes? Your dog. That's what it was, I think.
Y'all dog.
Yeah, from whatever local company, whatever. But yeah, she was talking about it's a camera right there on the dash, and they got this this.
Oh,
rule,
yeah.
This I think it's like a 5-second rule or something with the phone in. I forgot what it was.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Shit.
like
That's-
I think she said the phone has to be in the like in the certain that spot or something like that. Or
Yeah.
no, it was I think she said, how you'll pick your phone up. When you pick your phone up like that, I think you got a little certain time limit before like alert your company or something.
Wow.
Yeah. They are serious out here. You're gonna get fired. So
Oh, yeah.
this guy asked, what made you stop the oil field?
What made me stop the oil field?
Yeah.
You still with me?
Yeah, that was the question. What made you stop?
My wife fell sick. And it was overwhelming for her with, trying to take care of our kids and stuff alone. So she got sick one Saturday. I was sitting waiting on a load, and she got sick. And my daughter called me. I was like, oh well, I'm gonna go bring this back. And I had already been dealing with talking, to this guy I'm dealing with now. I was talking to him, and he told me when I come in that I could just start back doing what I was doing before. So when my wife fell sick, I was like, that's a sure enough, a sure sign it's time to get up out of here. So that's why I left. And then, besides that, before I left, it was getting slow to where I was only getting one load Monday through Friday. And then when all of the favorites, there we go, favorites, was off Monday through Friday. Then on Saturday and Sunday, you could run till you couldn't see straight. So it was time to go. I started getting aggravated and stuff. And just being in the trucks all that time, like you said, the quality of life is trash. As Wayne was saying, living in a truck, pissing in a cup. That just it just wear you out. It just wear you completely out.
Wow. So I think you answered the question. He asked, "Do you plan on going back to the oil field?"
Only way I go is if things get hard. Things get hard again, and I don't see it happening. I'm so content right now. I doubt it.
Yeah. That's another on operator his own authority. He basically, I'm gonna say local because he get home every day. So I don't know whatever. I think that's what the OTR guys consider local. By the way, you get home.
Oh
every day.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it got nothing to do with the miles. If you can get home every day, consider local. So what was the most that you had ever made in like your best week?
I don't have the exact amount, but it was like over 10,000, like maybe 10,300. That's gross. That's
Right.
before fuel and all that, but um, yeah, about that much, about 10,300, and that was my first week of, well, not first week, but my first turnaround. I
Okay.
think it was no, no, because I had been out there. I've been out there 3 weeks, so I think that was my first check. Yeah, and then it started, every week. But I think that's the most I've made, and after that it was about seven because I started backing off from running as hard as I did. 'Cause like I said, I don't have many bills, but once I got things caught up, I was just chilling.
Yeah.
I would call it chilling at least. I run about three loads. They paid 400, 500 a load. I do three of them and I go sit down at the truck stop. But I mean, it still take. I know Green said he wasn't worried about the hours, but I think it would take about 12 to 15 hours at times to do three. It just depends on the sand location where you was going. Because most of the time when I got to the well, I may have ran into a bad well site once or twice. God just was on my side that time because I didn't have to wait that much. But when you get to that sand pit, you could be there for 5, 6 hours and get all your rest in, and then just keep running.
But see, when you say that, you say get your rest in. Can you really rest? And I'm asking this because you got to move. I'm assuming you in line. You got to move up. You got to move up.
Yeah. I felt like the guys kind of looked out for you. So if you laid down and you was holding up the line, they come beat on your truck and wake you up. They come beat on the door real quick, and you jump up, and you already know what you had to do. Just hurry up and pull up and lay back down again.
Okay.
Yeah.
So on that bad week, then you was mentioning when it got real slow. What was the money looking like then on the grocery?
Um. To be honest, I still didn't make less than about 7,500. Like it never, even though they was playing these games and stuff, I would make it up on the weekend. So if I ran, one Monday through Friday, or one or two here and there throughout Monday through Friday, on the weekend I would just run because I knew come Monday they wouldn't have nothing. Or they wouldn't have but one load and have me shutting down anyway. So I can go back through my check stubs and stuff, but I know I ain't made less than 7,000 after that.
Wow.
Uh huh.
Yeah, I mean, don't sound bad at all, man. I'm thinking there's some kind of conflict of interest. So I'm gonna ask you this. So it's this guy on YouTube. I actually reached out to him because
Uh
one of the subs asked me to reach out to him. He a bigger YouTuber on the trucking side. He's in the oil field right now. He's been out there for a few months, and he had mentioned the rates had went up, but then he wouldn't say how much. Like he had typically been pretty transparent. So I'm asking, could he not mention that, or is like a conflict of interest out there, or what?
You break it up a little bit.
Okay,
Hold up.
all right.
I think I lost you. You say he didn't mention the rates going up?
No, he did mention that the rates went up and that he's getting paid more, but he wouldn't mention what that looked like. Like he wouldn't say, well, it used to be 300, for the minimum load. Now it's 350 or 325. And I'm asking, is that because that was a conflict of interest? Like because he on YouTube and everybody out there and they watching him, like if is that like a competition thing between company to company, or do they not want you to divulge that out there?
Well, the only thing, I mean, I've talked to other drivers with other companies that ran for sandbox stuff too, and their loads were similar. Um, I don't know, and maybe he don't want to say because he's lying, or maybe he, you know, not that transparent, because I mean, most people when they making money, a truck driver, man, I make goddamn $10,000 a week, man,
Yeah,
and fuel island talk.
yeah.
So I don't know, I don't really know.
Well, the reason I asked because he is pretty transparent in general. You know what I'm saying? And that's
Yeah.
why, when he was like, "Well, I can't get into that," I was like, because
Yeah.
he wasn't saying how much he was making even in that part. He just said the race went up. You know, so
Yeah.
this guy here said that pretty much he was capping. Somebody here said,
You capping? Uh-oh. Yeah, it is.
yeah. So I don't know. I'm just asking just for the information. So from your standpoint, though, you went to the good sound also, man. When you start making 10 grand a week,
Yeah.
yeah, like money that you can count on. It's different. We all done had great weeks, bad weeks, but if it's like I can count on that every single week, you start feeling like you're building things. But what would you say? Some of the horror stories that you either experienced or you seen other people go through or heard about it.
Horror stories. I mean, other than rollovers, I don't know any. That just seeing trucks rolling over and stuff. That's about the only bad thing that I could think of that actually happened out there, or real foggy head-on collisions. That's all hearsay. I've heard Wayne told me that he had pulled over one time. It was a truck and a car head-on because it was so foggy. It gets foggy out there where you can't even see in front of your truck, and they had some bad head-on collisions. You know, people
Right.
dying. So that was bad. Which I did that one time. I drove in that fog, but that was bad. Like that's like if you fly, you be in the cloud, and that's how the fog was. That was the worst fog ever that I've experienced.
Man, I think it was DP that told me. The lyric I put on the screen, you can't see it, but the lyrics say Joe is hilarious. You
Yeah, I
laugh.
see it.
Okay.
Thank you, there, D. Will. I try to be.
He said DP said that it was something what them people, what the workers, now we're not talking about the truck drivers, the workers doing
Uh
something that if they make that one wrong move or whatever, it's a whole explosion. It's blowing up the whole deal. You know what he was talking about?
huh. I can't remember what that stuff is, but yeah, I've heard about something like that. I don't know if they were. I can't remember what it was. I don't think it had nothing to do with our phones. I well, man, I can't remember. I better not start capping. But I can't remember, but I knew it was something. Now I know, being like on the vacuum truck side, they would talk about a blowout, like a well could blow out on the ground and it just sink in. Everybody on the location will just get hurt or whatever, because the well will just be washing the dirt out from under the underground, and it'll just like a sinkhole. It just cave in. Now I've seen that. I've actually been on a wellhead that had blowed out, and they said it was too dangerous. It was going to try to keep the oil from spreading out in the cornfield at the time, and they was like, "Nah, it's too dangerous. We're just gonna have to let it go and try to cut it off somewhere else." But nah, that's about the worst thing I could think of. They even
So
had some pictures of one at a BP plant I would go to. Like BP is one of them big gas companies. They had that spill in the Gulf.
mhm.
Man, the whole big drilling rig was down. Like the ground just opened up from it blowing out, and it went in the ground and closed back up, and all you could see was the top of the crane that pulls the pipes up and down out the ground. I said, man, I don't want no part of that.
Man, this stuff's like stuff on a movie, man. It's like that's like the
Yeah,
holes and things going down the ground. Yeah. So on your end though,
yeah.
did you agree with Green about the troopers so they don't bother you out there really? They just let you roll.
Um, well, they never bothered me. I know, like I said, they stopped Wayne. They stopped him and asked him for his logbook and stuff once. But me, when I hear somebody say a trooper and they start saying what highway he on, I'm going on another highway.
Oh,
You know, I, that's just what it is. You know,
okay.
if I know that guy somewhere, I'm not going where he at. It's
Okay.
not that I don't have my stuff together. I just don't want to be bothered. You know,
Oh, of
I
course.
gotta
Yeah.
make sure I put that in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Leave me the hell alone. I'm just out here trying to make a few dollars, and I'm going to the house. That's
Yeah.
it.
When I went out to I done went out to Odessa a few times, take some loads out there, and it seemed like when I get close to that whole Odessa thing, man, they be out there like
Yeah.
fire. Like them troops be
Yeah.
heavy. Yeah, so I just thought
Yeah.
I thought they pulled y'all over here. I assume because, like I said, I be sending them out a lot when I go out that way. So, but
Yeah.
stay dope.
Oh,
The other
hold
one I
up.
was saying, all right,
Hold up. It's a cop is coming with his lights on. I guess he's pulling somebody over that speed, and they're getting behind me. Where is this at? This is Ennis, like right where you the North plant.
oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm like, hold up.
Wait a
Yeah.
minute.
So go ahead.
When we send them blue light flashes, we panic.
Yeah. We just
Wait a
finished
minute.
talking about him.
Yeah, I was saying that. What about anybody like DP was saying how that dude the authority had went under and he ran off the plug ran off with the check, man. Did you hear about
Oh
any?
man. No.
Uh,
No, I didn't hear nothing about that. I didn't know they did that, man. I have to
yeah,
sell their chassis for scrap iron or something to get my money.
yeah. He didn't know of people like that. He said DP said he did because he didn't just pick him. It was other
Uh
guys.
huh.
And so the way that he explained it to me that things was happening was so okay, you guys are behind on getting paid. The guys who are running for these people where they're
Yeah.
not. It's I think it was like either they were up front. I don't remember if they had got paid. I don't want to say upfront, but like more immediate because y'all was behind like 2 or 3 weeks, and or if he was behind, I forgot. But basically, the dude, the money that he had from everybody was over $100,000. That he,
Wow.
yeah, yeah. So and the lyrics say right here, he say, "You remember how they canceled my orientation as soon as I bought my truck?" Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
They don't care about nothing, man. They don't care what you got going on.
Yeah,
They
that was
just do you dirty. Yeah.
because I think if I remember right or not, Daenerys, you had an orientation. What it was already set. I mean, you just had to get the truck and go be there, and they canceled on you. And I think what they say they not hiring no more. That's it. Not hiring no more. We gonna holler at
Yeah.
you. It's like, yeah. After he had went, I think a few weeks talking to that lady back and forward. I guess she was a recruiter, and to get on in. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's a dirty game, man. Uh,
Yeah, it is.
But that's trucking though. That's not really nothing pertaining to the oil field. So I guess I would say all in all though, man, if it sound actually good outweigh the bad. It's just more of if you about that life. I guess what it comes
Yeah.
down.
That's it. Yeah. And all I can give you is my experience. Other people may have experienced something different, you know. Yeah. They had this one truck stop, man, we would park at because they had us more on the Payco side, like further out where the roads were terrible. The road was big boulders and dirt. That will really tear your truck up. But it was one good truck stop. I think we done ate everything on the menu in that thing, man. You didn't have no choice unless you want to eat some damn viennas and
Yeah,
whatever. That was for if you got held up. You need to eat that kind of stuff. We never did talk about that. Them fancy meals you be showing. I mean, you can't have that out there. You better get you some viennas and some damn crackers and peanut butter and jelly and bread and whatever else. You
yeah.
have to worry about them gains later.
Mm-mm-mm. I can eat some of the same foods, but I don't know about all them crackers if I ain't.
I never did eat that stuff, but I'm just saying, the other people I would eat them vanilla Oreos. I keep a pack of them right up here, right over my steering wheel, all day long. So that messed up my gains, man. Messed up my gains bad, but I
Yeah.
got them back.
Okay, okay. You know, we need to
A
get on
little
up.
bit.
Yeah, need to get back
Yeah,
in that gym. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I need to, but uh, certain medical choices that I've made the past few weeks. I don't know if I can handle the gym just yet. I'm gonna make sure I'm 100%.
Absolutely. So
Yeah.
yeah, I get that, man. I want to say this, man. Why I got you on here. This another you know what? I'm not gonna say it because I don't know if he mentioned it. Never mind. I was gonna say with another YouTube while we was on the phone. Though I was checking up on him. I ain't gonna mention it here because I don't know if he mentioned on his channel or not. So I'm gonna let that go. But
Okay.
yeah, but yeah, that's pretty much it, man. I appreciate you for joining. I see that I guess Green got stuck out there somewhere or gave up.
Yeah.
Whatever you had
Yeah.
going. But yeah, like I
Oh,
said,
can I say one last thing? One
say whatever you
last
want.
thing.
Go for it.
Uh, um, just to comment on some of your previous lives. I mean, I've already texted it to you, but I never said it on your YouTube channel. But yeah, I seen a fine chick yesterday at the truck stop. She was fueling up, and I just walked right past her ass and said, you know what, from what they saying on your channel, get your fuel, and I'm going on.
So, well, first of all, let's just, I can't say much right here because, like, what would you gonna say anyway, Joe? Come on, man. What was it gonna say?
I can't say nothing. All I could do is take a look at those cheeks and keep rolling. That's
Ah,
it.
okay, okay. Uh, man, what I did say that channel, I'm gonna say it now because I'm gonna spit that truth on what it was that night. So when I pulled up at it was in Arkansas, Arkadelphia, I think is the actual spot. It's on 30. So I think
Yeah.
that's a shop that I stayed at that night. Yeah, that was it because that was the one me and D Will when I first went out to Little Rock. He just happened to be going. He was doing dry van, I'm doing flatbed. But we was actually going out the same way, so we met up at that spot. But this one at night though. But here the point is this though. So she hopped out. Well, actually, I was already out. I was checking my straps, just hitting on them, making sure they was tight. I didn't want to worry about them when I was gonna get up and go. So I'm walking towards, towards a few hours into the truck stop inside the store. And she coming like from my right hand side. Now she was very average. Like, I ain't want to say it, but I don't know what she is. Yeah, she was very average, bro. And I looked at her in that, how you just happen to make that eye contact, not trying. You just look, you see
Uh
somebody
huh.
on your side. So I looked at her, and at that point to not make it uncomfortable, I kind of did the old, like the head nod, like "What's up?" You know what I mean, or like the look quick, just kind of deal.
Yeah.
And yeah, she go pretty much didn't acknowledge me at all. Kind of like turn, like what I'm saying, trying to turn the other way, like see me. And I'm over here like, see I'm not the type to cuss a woman out, that right there.
Yeah.
I'm like, look here, hey, listen, young lady, and now
That's it.
sound like Kevin Samuels on, you know what I'm saying? You you ain't all that, you know what I mean? You don't need to be doing
That's
all
it.
that, folk. This
Yeah.
dude, look at this. I'm gonna see. What are you talking about? I knocked
Well,
it. Hey,
at the Walmart.
Sam, you want to tell this story, man? I got a few minutes, man. I want to hear the story. You know where that came from? We was at the Fruit Island. You want to tell this story? What's up? Gonna respond. Let me see. I helped the chick with her landing,
Yeah.
and it went from there. You want to tell this story, man? People rolling down the road, man. They got to hear it. Everybody can't read what's going
Yeah.
on with that. Let me see. Let me see if you want to tell that story real quick. Come on with it. Hit that link, Sam. Let us hear this story. But yeah, man, like real talk, I did feel some kind of way though. Like on one end, I understood that it's like, you don't wanna talk. We ain't gotta talk. I understand that. But
Mm-hmm.
I still felt one note wrong with just kind of, it's a way to speak to somebody and at the same time showing that you're not interested. That's how I was.
Yeah.
I had no desire. I wasn't trying to holler at that chick. So
I mean, I don't, I know what, some of those ladies were saying how they really get hounded at times and whatever. But, you can't think that we all, act that way or feel that way. You know, we
right.
men, of course, I'm going to look at you. If you
That's right.
wearing some damn tights or something, putting fuel at the truck stop, or I'm going to look at your shape. Do we men, we visual.
This
I'm
is
going
fair.
to look at you first, and then I'll decide if I want to go talk to you or whatever. I don't have to get into what we're looking and what our decision is,
Right.
but you just look first. How you doing? And keep it moving or whatever. But don't just say, you know, I'm just ready to, pounce on you or something.
You're
It
right.
ain't that ain't the case for every man, at least.
Right. I know. I agree. Sam, what's happening, man?
Hey, what's up? Nah, it was real quick. I was in Oklahoma. I think it was Paul's Valley. Um, and yeah, this chick, she was bad too. She was having problems with her landing gear. She couldn't get her gears like engaged. So I lowered her landing gear, and I mean, we sat there and talked, and we met at the casino that night. We just so happened to park at the casino, and I don't even know her name. Like, we didn't even exchange numbers or nothing. We just kept bumping into each other, and it went down. So I was at the right place. I think I was just at the right place, right time. And yeah, that's pretty much what happened. I would love to make it seem more than it was, but it was, that's just kind of what happened.
So on that other note, real quick, what's up with you and your lady? Y'all still doing all right?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a fairly new thing. We just started talking maybe I think around Mother's Day.
Okay.
Yeah, I met her. I was in yeah. That's a whole nother thing. but yeah, we are good now.
Kevin. I know we get out such, but I don't care. We can do what we want to do. Uh, the Derek actually had told me about this. I'm talking to both of y'all, you too, Joe, because we was talking about Kevin Samuels. He had told me about this one thing that he had on Instagram. You check out Kevin Samuels, Sam?
Yeah, I checked him out. He got a YouTube.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I
this what
checked
I'm talking
him out.
about it though. That's why I'm talking about it because it's relating to what you just said. So but he checked I was actually started listening to this particular one right before I got on live, so I ain't even finished it. He said that ain't no need in the dating process. The dating process is irrelevant. It don't make any sense. He went on to talk about this female who said that she got married in 5 weeks. From the time they met the guy, they got married in 5 weeks. So I'm saying to you, Sam, it's about time is up, man. You dragging your wheels.
I know, right?
Do you agree with that? He said ain't nothing you can learn. He said ain't nothing you can learn about a person that you ain't gonna learn. The only way you're gonna learn, you gotta live with them. You gotta be
that's
with them.
I that's the truth. Yeah, I
So, so,
believe. Yeah, I
so
agree.
having said that, then are you serious about trying to tie that knot?
Um, it all depends. She still has a few uh things she has to kind of prove, but yeah, eventually if she passed the test, yeah. Oh yeah.
5 weeks is awfully fast. Yeah, I don't know what you think about
Oh,
that.
you said 5 weeks?
Yeah, he said five. He said the people he was talking about the woman. She met this guy at some like small not an engagement party, but one of those type of little small parties. And he saw her and he looked at like, who was that? And you know how that go, how we do, and
Yeah.
introduce himself, highlight or whatever. And I was within a matter of weeks, he had met the father, and the father was like, hey, guess he approved of him. From there, was like, hey, what's happening? And basically 5 weeks later, from the time they met, they tied the knot.
I think anything is possible, like if she fine and she got money and we can get along, I think it can probably happen.
But in 5 weeks, Joe. Okay, what you think about that, Joe? Give me your opinion. 5 weeks, man.
I need I need to get to know her, man. I need to get to know her. She might be crazy. She got to get mad at me at least once or twice to
Right,
make sure she ain't crazy. You
right,
know, she
right.
could be a psychopath. You know, and just putting on a show. I need you to show me who you really are. You know,
But
my
see that. Oh, go ahead, John.
I didn't know my first wife leave her drawers on the floor until I married her, and we moved in together.
Mm. Well, see, that's what I was gonna say.
You
He
got
said
to get to know people.
But
exactly. I'm
could
finna touch on that though.
but
CW
could you
said,
have? Oh, my fault. But listen, could you have looked past that if that was Rihanna?
If that was who,
Rihanna.
yeah, you got to go on that, brother. You better not
That's
say
what I'm saying.
Beyonce.
It's all about the person, you know, like it's all about the woman that we're talking about.
Yeah,
well, see, to
but
me,
that's different.
go ahead. Why is it different? Why is it different?
That's different because I mean, you talking about some random chick. We talking about Rihanna, a billionaire. From what I heard, she didn't. You know, she let me pick that up for you. You know,
Actually, you know what? If we being honest, the maid, whoever, I ain't gonna say no names, but the maid taking care of all that. If you got a
yeah,
good,
Yeah,
yeah,
ain't
I
nobody
mean,
yeah.
taking
Tick
care
got a
of
maid
that.
and she a hygienist, so you know it's not that hard. If you make a few million, you can get a maid for sure.
Oh yeah,
Real talk. This why to me though, 5 months and Daenerys did say right here. He said, but he said it should not take longer than 6 months. I can rock with the 6 months though. I'm just saying the 5 weeks. I thought I'm like what you were saying, Joe. Like I need you to at least get mad at me. You know what I'm saying? Like, or I need to get mad at you. Something like how do we settle an argument? You know what I mean? Like
hmm,
if we disagree on something, how that's gonna go? You know what I mean? Are you gonna start cussing me out, or
yeah,
we gonna have a conversation? You know,
yeah.
and that's why like when he was like 5 weeks, man. Like now the other side that he did say is that you're not going to the point that you just made about the lady you just spoke of. He said that you're not going to know this until you get in it. Like that representative, right? They're gonna send that representative and they can fake that funk until that time coming in. So you're just kind of wasting time. You're not gonna really get the norm until you're in that position. It's
Right.
basically what he was saying. So
Hmm.
yeah. I
You're
thought
not
it
gonna
was
get to know a person. You got man now.
say what?
I said you got to get to know these ladies, man. Kevin Samuels ain't out here for nothing. I mean, you got to get to know them. You can't just just meet one and she's fine and all of this stuff and go for it because no, I done had my experiences with good and bad. I got to get to know you. I need to know your credit good. Or like you said, a millionaire, of course your credit's good. But what if you just meet a pretty girl? That's not good enough. You know, you could have bad credit. We get married and you owe Sally Mae some money. I ain't gonna never get no income tax. You know, or whatever they call them college loans. You
Yeah,
know.
yeah. Salad man. So how long would you say it should take then? Do you agree with the Kevin Samuels method? It shouldn't take longer than 6 months?
Well, yeah, I'd say about that might be enough. But I mean, you got to be on your research. You know, we can't just chill. Like I have to be interviewing you or something. You got
Yeah.
bad credit. You know,
Oh
you
yeah.
get how you do when you get mad. You know, yeah, you grow up in a single family home, or your daddy. I don't know. You know,
Yeah. To me,
I'm in a lot of traffic now, brother. My attention.
oh, it's all
Give me
good.
a second.
Yeah, the Daenerys asked, can he come on? I told him come on with it. Um
Yeah,
yeah, for me it's like the six I do think 6 months work. This what I think we failed at though, as people. What we failed at is getting to the real stuff early. Instead of playing all them games and just trying to be like super
yeah,
and all that. Ain't no reason why
yeah,
on the first date you can't have this conversation. And what I mean is on the first date you can be, just chit chatting, get to know each other, and you can because before you had that first date, you done talked on the phone already, right? It's obvious.
yeah.
By the time you had this first date, we already chopping it up. You'd be like, "Hey, so, what's your credit score like?" I don't see what's wrong with asking that question. you know,
Yeah.
or asking these questions. I don't feel. I feel like you should ask these questions off the top, both ways, instead of wasting your time. What's up? What's up, boy?
What's up, man? Y'all want to see this mountain view?
You got a view for us? What? Oh yeah, you really going up a mountain for real?
Oh, yeah. And I agree, and these folks, they like they don't want to thank you. One caravan let me over.
Man, where you at?
I am in Virginia, about to touch down in Tennessee.
Ooh, wait.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. It's truck driver's time.
Yeah. Hopefully we still got Joe, man. He froze over there. But what you want to say, man? Talk your talk.
Oh, man, I was, y'all brought up the Kevin Samuels, and me personally, I got married within 3 months.
Okay.
We was ready to get married in 2.
Oh, after 2, y'all was ready.
Yeah. Remember
Okay.
the only reason why we really waited was because her daddy was tripping, and then we had to wait for her to come down and kind of do the little finagling, so nobody couldn't figure out what we did.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
When I heard him talking about that earlier, I had thought about you, right?
Yeah.
and then it was like, man, so was they just ahead of the curve? Or or is he right? Do he got a point of it's kind of how it's always been? You know what I mean? It's just that the way we have been raised, that we just looked at it a different way. So
I really feel like if a man's mindset comes into it saying that I want to be married to you, he's gonna be looking for all the signs, and it's not gonna take him them long, drawn out 2-3 year relationships to figure out if he want to be married to her or not. Really, I think when that stuff happened, they more got into like a little situationship where they say, you know what, we're gonna be monogamous with each other, and but marriage, I ain't really ready for that right now. That's what that long term dating stuff sound like to me. Because one of the first conversations me and V had is I told him, I said, I'm not casually dating you, I'm looking for a wife. So I was looking for certain qualities, like Joe just said about Sally Mae, her daddy paid for all her school. Only thing I had to worry about was master's degree the last year, which thank God we paid that.
all right.
But look at that. If I pass you up and you on the right hand side, you a dope. I mean, you on my left. Come on, say y'all. Now I'm stuck behind JB Hunt. We real truck drivers out here, man.
Okay.
Going slow on 81 South.
Yeah, y'all got me acting like y'all got me feel like I ain't doing nothing out here in these streets.
Hey man, everybody can't go home at noon every day. All right.
Man, I don't go home every day at noon. You know what I'm saying? I ain't complaining. I'll be back out there in them streets in the morning. I'm gonna get to it. But yeah, I thought, like I say, actually, when I get off of here, I'm gonna probably go ahead and finish listening to it. I thought the conversation was interesting. Personally, I don't agree though. I'll tell you that I don't agree that.
Say 5 or 6 weeks though. That's a big rush.
Yeah, to me, like, okay, let me take you to something real quick. You know this show, you've seen it, you don't actually watch it, but you know that show Big Brother, right?
Yeah.
So on that show, these people are in that house every day with no cell phone, no internet, nothing, no contact with the outside world. So no TV, nothing. So those people, what you gonna say something?
I was just, if my wife see this, I got my ring on.
Oh, okay. That's a whole other conversation. Yeah, so those people though, they're talking to each other every day, all day. You know what I'm saying? You can get to know a person really, really well. Because see, the average person, when we out here in these streets, so to speak, when you're on the phone, you don't really get to know. It takes time to get to those deeper conversations where you're in a situation like that. Yeah, you bored. You're gonna start asking all these questions. But yeah, I just think I did think 5 weeks was very short, but each his own, man. I don't.
A lot of these women he talking to them to go after 300. I mean, he talking to these women. They single, ain't got no kids. The dude typically ain't got no kids. He been on his purpose. It seemed like he really talking to them to try to go get one of those guys to where they not really gonna have to work. Now, you know, when he got the 4s and 3s on there, he be like, well, you need an average guy. But when they find, oh, I'm gonna add you to my group. It's called The Mix on Facebook. Yeah, I'm gonna push you right through. Cause she not gonna work. She look too good to be working, to be honest. Like some of them 8, 9, like he had one on there. He said, oh yeah, and Tiffany is just gorgeous. He sounded like he wanted to knock it down. You know? So 5 weeks for her, yeah, she ain't gonna be doing nothing. What she got to complain about? Nothing. She's not gonna have no life to worry about. Only thing she's gonna have to worry about is letting them blow that back out. It's about it. When you talking about a dude that's making $350 to $1 million a year, because those are the kind of guys that he, you know, high earner, high value men, and all that kind of stuff. But now the regular chicks, then hey, you know, you got to start thinking about can she cook? Can she clean? You know, what's her mothering? Like, is she gonna be a good mother to my kids? Stuff like that. Them women ain't really got to worry about that. Like S125 said, oh, you make $1 million a year, you can get a maid. You can also get a live-in nanny. We can go to Highland Park right now and there's people with nannies. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Dude, Dwayne Wade's son, why he? I can't say that on your channel,
I have no idea. Hey, I don't know all YouTube laws and bylaws, and I guess I better learn. I don't really know. They send emails. I don't be reading them, man. Yeah. So, yeah, unfortunately, I need to do better. I be trying to manage everything else. That stuff get real tough, man. But you know, on my end, you know, like I said, I just find this stuff interesting. I understand you talking to a certain demographic. You know, it's all fun for me anyway. It's more just fun and stuff, just interesting conversation. So,
I'm gonna be real though. When it comes, even if the dude was average, it shouldn't take a dude longer than 6 months to know if he want to really be with you or not. Like, if y'all don't believe in marriage, you'll stay with that dude for 20, 30 years. Based off what he done in the, you know, first couple of months sometimes. Or what he continues to do. Because a man, you know, they say that what's the saying? A man's value is he's only as good as what he produced. But oh no, it was the unconditional love. Women and pets are unconditionally loved, but a man is only loved by what he can provide. So as long as the man is providing, then you know she's gonna have a certain admiration for him. And you know, of course, he's not beating on the head and cheating on him. But the woman, that love really don't go nowhere, whether she providing or not.
I don't know, man. So because some of the stuff you're saying, I'm not saying I disagree, but I'm saying, you know, I'm gonna go based on him. It seems like them dudes making that certain kind of money with these females that you just mentioned that they ain't got to do nothing. Then he get to have other women.
He get to have other women. Yeah.
I'm saying that kind of guy that you just said, and that kind of woman.
But you know, everybody mental ain't locked into multiple women. I mean, me and you had this conversation personally.
Right.
You know, once you hit the what I think it was 40, you hit your financial maturity or stability.
Yeah, it's that most people, men specifically, don't hit their financial stride until 40 or after. Actually, I think that sweet spot, ironically, bro, is like 40 to 50.
Dang, why we hit it so quick now?
Oh, jeez. Nah, that's Sam. You remember Sam was on here? I don't know if you heard him a couple weeks ago. Sam talking about you made 300. 300. All right, man. That's what we doing.
I said, hey Sam, I got a proposition for you.
You heard me? Man, talking about you driving a regional making a 300. I don't know. I got a question that said I need some details up in here, man.
Hey, one quick tidbit. I was listening to what they were saying about that Oilfield, and for all accounts, I would not go.
Why?
I mean, the money do sound good, right? But when I was looking at what they were saying, I was like, I remember having a $10,000 week, a $9,000 week, like OTR, where you work like 7 days out of the week, and that's essentially what they're doing. But I can control when I want to go home. Like, they can't do that. Like, they want you to stay there for 3 weeks and go home for a week. Oh, no. No. Because what if you pick that week, and then I think both of them married. What if they pick that week back in the Shark Week? They're going to be hot. You know what Shark Week is? Shark Week is?
I'm assuming when DOT is trying to get at you.
No. If they going home, the white Shark Week is blood.
Oh.
Boy,
Boy, you too much.
no, I'm just saying. Look, essentially, if you're gonna keep that job, you're gonna be out there 2 months.
Right. Yeah, you ain't going out there and sure you ain't going home in Shark Week. You gonna make sure of that.
Uh-huh. That's just the wheel talking. You know, everybody different.
No, I don't think no man gonna go home like knowing that's where he gonna spend his home time. He gonna make sure that clear it up. Yeah.
Maybe it just start.
Yeah, he gonna make sure that's cleared up, man. But yeah, I mean, when I was listening, to be honest, I kind of thought similar.
Chat, go hit the like button.
Yes, sir. I hit that like button. I agree. I agree that I thought it was good though. But yeah, for real though. But if you're gonna be essentially working, I know we can't work 6 days. 7 days a week. But I'm saying essentially, if you start doing that math on a per day basis, it's probably something that you can do out here, like you said, with more control.
Like I'm gonna give y'all real numbers, cuz. Now, if I was to take what I did in this past, well, I'll be back home tomorrow, like evening time. In 5 days, that's 7,400. That's 5. That's not 7. So you know how easy it is in 2 days to go get a $2,000-3,000 load out here doing what we do. That's 10 racks. That's just me working 7 days out of the week.
Yeah.
And for you, Trumps is in the comment. I can't read it. But
And nobody said nothing.
How they behave. 3,900 coming up, 3,500 coming down.
Huh?
Easy. That's why I said, I don't know. Then they was talking about, we both done went out there to Odessa and Midland. I remember driving on the roads in that dang on truck shaking. Boy, I could see how I could mess something up on your truck.
Yeah.
But Joe was hilarious. Like, ooh, Joe had me rolling. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I say another problem out there. Well, I ain't gonna say problem, but another thing you notice is that wind. That wind is horrible. As far as your fuel mileage, yeah, it is windy out there, man. You go out there, it's always colder than it is here. Every time I go out there.
Only way I could see somebody really doing it, and is what I had thought about doing, is you got a team guy with you, but y'all got an apartment to where it's kind of like, you slip seating with that guy to really make the bang for the buck out there. That way, you can work a 12-hour shift, I can work a 12-hour shift, and we could go home to our apartment, TV, game, whatever, workout. That way, you know what I'm saying? Like, but being out there and like they were talking about 16 hours and 15 hours, like, I'm looking around because I don't want nobody to hear this, really. I do that now. That's why I come in and say that'll be easy. With some personal conveyance in there, go ask Cooley. That's what he was. You remember the interviews you had with him?
Yeah.
He said he'll do 4 hours on personal conveyance and then he'll run his time in that day cab.
Yeah, remember that.
That look like AMG on there.
Nah, that's Sam. What you got, Sam?
Sorry about that, man. I was posting my truck and I had all these people calling me.
Where you at?
Oklahoma.
You up the street? What part?
City, Oklahoma City.
Oh yeah, you about 3.5 hours away from it.
Oh yeah, I run this area. I run Dallas, the Dallas area, Houston. I'm about to head back down to Houston right now. I got to pick up this chicken. Then I'll be back down there. And
He be getting down out here. Now,
So you run a reefer then?
yeah, I run reefer. I do mostly Pepsi and water loads. I do a lot of those loads. But yeah.
You got your own authority?
Yeah.
Man, so do you got without divulging your sources then? So you got some kind of connect for you to be making 300 a year?
No, I have a few. After a year, you can start getting contracts and they can deal with you. The cold storages I have, The Niagara I have, if they have something. Pepsi, they deal with me now. So I have a lot of direct contacts when they're willing to give up, when they're willing to give it up. Uber, I have a few dedicated runs with Uber. I'm a second class. Well, I'm not the first person they call, but if they first person don't call, they contact me. Um, so I have stuff like that, but it's not that hard. I mean, I try to do about if you do about 7,000 a week, you can definitely do the three. Take a few weeks off. It's not that hard. It's actually a little bit more easier than you think.
I don't know. So how long do you stay out?
Um, I mean, it varies. I'm on the road quite a bit. Some it changes. It
Yeah, driving.
changes.
Oh,
Sometimes, like last week, I was in Houston for like a week doing local runs. My girl came down and I was doing like $500 and $800 convoy loads, whichever I can get. Just doing local stuff. So it varies. It varies. I'm always on my grind though. I work more though. I do work a lot. I do work a lot. I practically live in the truck.
Dang. Okay. Yeah, I thought you got home. I was assuming every weekend when you said regional. So you
I
just you
used to. I used to until the race went up. When the race started going up, But I did 300 going, coming home for the weekend for the most part. Like some weekends I work, because I usually always, I mean, I'm not saying it like that, but I usually make between 250 and three. Last year I did a little bit more. I did a little over three. I did like 308 or something like that.
oh,
30, something like that. Yeah, it's not that hard. You just got to stay consistent. The consistency is the key.
yeah, man, that's hard for a lot of us. Hey Vaughn, I see you in the chat. I didn't know your question. I was trying to get an answer for you. That question that you asked me. I may have it today, and I'm gonna get back with you though. I didn't ignore you. Um, yeah, I mean that's good money. I got to be home though, bro. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah.
Yeah.
I
Uh,
know what you're doing. You doing 200-300 miles and then dead heading back.
I'm not.
That's
You
what it
know what?
sounds like you're doing.
It's some truth to that.
hold on, son.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like. Sometimes I do that. Sometimes I do that to Louisiana. Because I'm out of Houston, so I might go 200-300 miles, make 1,500, and then
But
dead head back. If I need to be home. So I mean, I'm not knocking you. It's nothing wrong with it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, hey, don't worry. I don't too much care about other people's opinions when it comes to what I be doing.
Oh yeah.
hey,
And it's
Like,
all still good money. Even if you make 100, that's good money.
yeah,
That's
and
really good money.
I'm not saying that like in a cocky way or nothing. It's just that I can't. When you start living life the way other people feel like you should live it, I feel like you start running into issues. So, you
That's
know,
true.
I feel like we all entitled to our own opinion. You don't agree, then I respect that. Just like I may not agree with you, but Hood Chronicles asks you, "What's your take home on that 300?"
Like I was saying, I usually try to stay around the 60%. Sometimes I done did a little bit better than 60%. It's even been a year where I did a little less than 60, but I try to keep it. Me and my, we I try to keep it at about 60.
You and your what? I'm assuming you're going to say
so you
CPA.
saying 60%
Yeah.
of your growth?
No, no, I don't deal with a certain broker. I deal with different bro. Well, it
No, no, hold
depends.
on. Now, Sam, he asked you 60% of your gross. He said that's what
Oh
you were
yeah,
saying.
my gross. Yeah, I try to keep it around 60. Yeah. If it ain't at
Yeah,
60,
you
something is wrong.
busting to the white
Some
people.
I gotta adjust a few things.
Okay. How you break yours down, if you don't mind, as far as like how much you kind of dedicating to, I guess some people would say taxes or maintenance. Like how you do yours?
Me,
Yeah.
I don't. Everything go in the pot, and I just like when I first started, I was doing that because I was kind of scared. But once you say, I'm a saver, you know, so once you save up a certain amount of money, you really don't really, you know, I don't even do quarterly taxes anymore. I do them by the year. I sit down at the end of the year. I pay my accountant to kind of be an advisor to tell me what type of adjustments I need, like around October. Like, do I need to buy this? Do I need to spend some money, or what I need to do? Then, you know, I do my taxes around the normal time, January, February, go on a payment plan, get it directly withdrew out of my account throughout the year. And I repeat as time goes on. But I stopped doing that, you know, the separating the money. It's too confusing for me because I do my own bookkeeping. So I just
Uh,
kind of, yeah, I do my own bookkeeping. So it's just, it goes in the pot. And if I need it, I need it, you know. But I do make sure I spend like the money I'm using for my trucks and stuff. I do make sure I use my business credit cards, you know. I try to keep it separated that way where I'm using my business credit cards for this and my personal credit cards for that, you know. But at the end of the day, when you do your bookkeeping, you just separating it, maintenance for truck, food, clothes, you know, like I got it separated like that. So I guess unless you get audited, they're not really going into the details too much. But yeah, I just separate it just like anybody else. I do everything pretty much the same. Like I'm pretty sure you do or whatever. But yeah,
you so you don't use no kind of accounting deal? Like you don't use no kind of program, I mean?
QuickBooks. They got
Okay.
truck and QuickBooks. Yeah, I use that. I used to use Window Excel. I used to like do my own thing so I can keep track a little bit more detail. But like I said, after a while, all that stuff, you know, kind of go out. You kind of get comfortable. I guess I can say that. I kind of got comfortable and I can kind of know numbers because I've been dealing with it for a while. I, you know, it's a lot of stuff I can just kind of know, you know.
Yeah, that's actually my problem right there is that comfort level, man, and just trying to, yeah, it just for me, my what makes me happy though is I need to be able to have some sense of normalcy. That road life, it just don't like what you doing. That's what I'm saying. I respect all of it. You know, dudes in the oil field, everything just don't work for me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had made my decision a long time ago that money wasn't gonna be my number one. So yeah, and I'm not saying it's your number one. Just that's a decision I
No,
made.
it's definitely my number one.
Yeah.
You can't do nothing without it, man. You can't.
ain't nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it, man. It's just like I say, that's each his own, man. You know, oh, he done dropped out. Yeah, that's each his own, man.
Like,
The
them some good numbers though.
Oh,
Three.
that's some awesome numbers. Yeah, that's some awesome numbers.
Only thing I wanted to ask him is how often do we switch his truck? Because you know the 5 year kickback. You know you can devalue it for up to 5 years.
Right.
I'm assuming he don't have no other truck, so it's like, are you switching out every 5 years? Just going to buy another one cash at that point? Because good God, 180.
Oh, that's what 60% is.
Oh
180.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm here to say. As soon as he said 6%, I said on your growth, and my mind went to calculate.
Okay. Okay. You know. that, that's why y'all the big ballers out here, man. Y'all just got it all down to the T to a science out here, man.
He actually made me feel good because when he said if you do 7 a week, you're in the 3 range. I was like, oh,
Wow. Is that all? Is that what that is?
that's what he said.
I'm gonna see right here, man.
Look, I tell you because I did the math the other day. 10,000 a week is 520,000 for the year.
Wow.
So 7,000 is what, roughly 314.
No. When I say no weeks off, if you get that
360.
consistently,
360. Hold on. 7 times 5 is what, 35?
it's 364. You was just about there.
I said 364. That's
Look at
what I said.
that.
Woo!
Oh,
And he said, yeah, you know, I take some time off, weekends off.
well, you know what? Then I guess that's why he ain't doing 364. He probably right at 3 if that's what he doing. You know, hey man.
Hey, say I ain't gonna lie, that boy had me thinking about that reefer. And say, matter of fact, you know where I park at. It's an African dude on the yard. And I was like, man, I said, how you like driving that reefer? He said, oh, you know, it's pretty good. And I was like, oh yeah. And he's like, yeah, you know, I'm home basically every night, but I make good money. I say, okay. And you know, when truck drivers say they're making good money, we're not company, so we're not looking for no 1,000 or 1,500 a week. You make about 3-4 grand. I asked him literally, and that's, you know.
And he home every night.
But he's home every day, yeah.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, he's doing so well that truck that's parked right next to me is his truck and trailer. He just don't drive it.
And nobody drives it.
Nobody drives it. It's always there. Yeah. Only time I see it is moved is if he's doing a little maintenance on that thing.
But I'm gonna say this, y'all more inspired me to get a brokerage going on. hey, I like the money, Sam, but I ain't, you know, I guess you call me a little lazy. I ain't trying to get out there and work for it.
Hey, I mean, what's his name, Sam, or because I just call him S125.
Yeah, he said it's both. He said his name was Sam. You know what I'm saying, that he go by that too. So it's easier for me to get that one syllable than be like S125. You know, like it's like a robot. But go ahead.
I'm saying for me, what he doing ain't that bad because that's what a 7-hour trip one way from Oklahoma to Houston. Maybe 6.5 if you ain't got no traffic. Depending on what part of Houston you going to. Shoot.
But I don't know. I don't know how consistent that is though. He sound like he running, like when he said earlier up in the chat that he running regional. So,
but you know, I like to go up to Kansas and drop back down to Houston and go back up to Kansas because typically Kansas is gonna pay you about 23 to 25 coming back down to Houston, and you can get anywhere. Like if I'm leaving out of Dallas, I can get about 1,000, 1,500 going up to Kansas, and I can see what he's saying because Kansas, when you pick up in Kansas or Oklahoma, it's a next day delivery. It's not a 2-day wait. Like I'll be in Dallas tomorrow, but this load don't deliver to Thursday. So yeah, your boy got the day off. But yeah. But I can see how you doing this thing.
Yeah, but I guess it's different. The only difference is obviously you got to drive in. He doing reefer, so your area is Kansas. I guess his. I don't know. You know, where he is at. If you know, I'll say
probably making more money.
Say it again.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say
probably making more money.
Oh, you freezing up on me. You stealing the man's boy. You said you think he probably making more money?
Yeah, because of the reefer. I think reefer get paid a little bit more.
Yeah, that's the common. Yeah, that's more the common deal that reefer gets paid more. Yeah, I want a man. I'm telling you, man, I'm gonna have to. I ain't gonna say it here, but yeah, I'm gonna have to be doubling down, man. I'm gonna be locked and loaded, ready to go with all things on my business side. You know, come 2022, I'm gonna take these next. What at this point we got what 4 months left? Yeah, including this month. Yeah, 4 months left, man. Yeah. I'm gonna be locked and loaded, man. Going to January, man. I'm planning on the big year all the way around. So
I'm trying to knock this thing on now, dog. Doing pretty
good.
You know?
Real talk.
Finally, great. Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you. He got me excited to see my number at the end of the year. I'll be like, ooh.
Like a big old kid. Well, what he told you to do though, he told you to get you a QuickBooks, man. You gotta get you something, man. QuickBooks for trucks or something, truckers, man.
I don't need that. We got bookkeeping. I'm saying, because you know, I'm doing it different. Because I had my own authority, now I'm leased under this company. And so they do all that for me.
Right.
So they give me the breakdown and everything. Only thing I got to do is pull out all these fuel receipts. I mean, not fuel receipts.
And sit down, bro.
I'm not standing up, bro. All I got to do is put out all these receipts and repairs. That's all I'm doing.
Man, you truckers, man, y'all be doing some everything on that road, man. Hey, man, what y'all sit down somewhere? Now,
Now, son, you know I do a lot. You got on me for going in the back and getting something to drink out the refrigerator while I'm
help these
driving.
people.
You got
Help
it
them.
like this and jumping between you, and it's raining. You see him jumping between me, gonna
Man,
hit
pay
his brakes.
attention, man. Pay attention to the road, man.
I'm looking at the road. I ain't looking down. I
God.
just look at the camera. But
You
they
know,
get
one of these days though, man, I'm gonna do a live talking about the this being content, leasing on authority, because I think what a lot of people get caught up in, man, a lot of people talk about these fees and stuff like that. But you got some people that value the fact that they ain't got to worry about all this other bookkeeping and all this other stuff. And some, uh,
I said at all. It's like I'm a glorified company driver making. Say,
and that's
you know what? Really, like truthfully, based on where I come from, and I know you got your video on factoring. If y'all ain't gonna see it, you know, scroll down this catalog. Oh, that's Sean. You out of it? Oh, that's me. Am I gone?
now you
Can
there.
you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. You remember I used to pay 10% for factoring when I had my own authority.
Yeah,
And then, you know, of course, you got insurance. I had trailer rental, tire, like everything was on my back, and it's a little more stressful. To when now I'm just all I got to do is dispatch my truck, and I'm still getting 85%. So it's like I don't really see the loss. Now, if I came out of your situation, then yeah, I'd be looking at it a lot different, you know,
right,
or
right,
somebody else's situation where they percentage is lower.
right.
You know, it would probably kick me into more of a dang. I want to go back to having my own authority. Like I could, but I'm 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 chilling doing this. It's pretty easy.
And and that's why, like I was saying with Jay, what Jay was talking about, his VL situation, like that right there. Like I know some people don't like that, but that hands off, being able to be hands off, like one thing he mentioned that obviously is important to me on the health side. He was saying that that's one thing that he can focus more on is his health. You know, being able to get out, be more active, go to the gym, whatever he's doing, because he's hands off. Like even days where I would take off to do some of my business stuff, I be waiting around. Like I either got to get up at 5 in the morning and go, or if I want to sleep in, I don't feel like getting up that early. If I sleep in, then I got to handle the business first. Because business come first, And so but that I'm not hands off. I'm totally hands on in everything I'm doing. I'm hands on. So yeah. So yeah, I get it, man. But yeah, that's why I say I think that's something worth talking about instead of like looking at these looking at people who go in a different direction. Just even company guys. Being a company guy, ain't no wrong with that. You that works for you. You ain't got to worry about this truck,
Nothing.
nobody's truck. You ain't got to worry about them tires. You just bought 6 new tires. You know. Yeah. So
Thank God I ain't even flinch when I did it, boy. Say I done had a lot of mature in YouTube. I done lost at least one truck. Yeah, I lost one truck. The other because I traded the other truck in for the other. But yeah, I done did a lot of maturing, man. So like Sam said, you save your money if you're on the operator because it's maintenance involved with this thing. But yeah,
it was KB the trucker. I like KB the trucker, man. He another fellow YouTuber. I saw him on Cooley Live earlier this week. I guess today Tuesday, so it must have been late last week. And he was talking about
you a
he
hit.
had some problem. That thing was in like the 20, I think 20 grand.
Oh God, that sounds like a engine.
I
Or
know.
is it called an in-frame? Because
I
I heard that it's an in-frame or a rebuild. That's about what you're looking at. And
don't know, man.
if
Yeah.
it's, if it's 20 grand, saying just don't wreck the truck, pay your physical damage. You're gonna pay the $1,000, get whatever you got extra out of it, and go get you another truck.
Well,
Say it.
and in my case, I don't fully know his story. That day I was riding my bike, I think, when I was listening to it. And I think I was heading back to the house. So I'm not quite sure what the situation was, but I don't think I'm saying is that money though, man. Yeah, you definitely gotta say your money because that money is real out here. When these folks start coming back to you and be like, you know, 7 grand and DPF filters and
Hey, you remember what happened to me in February? $9,000 for that dang on transmission in the middle of Arkansas. Oh my God, they raped me too. But what can you do? I was at their mercy.
I know. This Matt Marlboro Matt saying invest 20,000 and run another 1,000,000 miles. Why do people think you should buy another truck? Huh. But I'm gonna answer that question because I can answer that question. The reason why is because some people feel like, and okay, here's the real thing. We're gonna have this little real talk real quick.
Real talk.
The problem with majority of people, and I'm just gonna focus on the United States. The problem with the majority of us in the United States, I'm just gonna include us as a whole, is that we live paycheck to paycheck. If you actually go look up the average, just the average on people living paycheck to paycheck, that number is extremely high. I haven't seen it. I think it's more than 50%. Be honest, I think it's more.
They said the average American cannot cover a $500 emergency expense.
Okay, so now I understand it's different with having your own and all that, but here's the point: we got a problem as a whole saving our money. So, the answer, my opinion, the answer to that question is for those people, they may have $20,000 saved, but that's all they got. And I'm not saying it's like that's a little money, but what I'm saying is, if that's what they have, they don't feel comfortable putting that entire 20 because now they naked, so to speak, financially. Yep. They would rather say, you know what? If I got decent credit, like me, for an example, I got decent credit. I put down 5,000 for the truck I got right now. They would say if they got 20, they rather go put down 5,000, get a hold of the truck, than put 20 and do that. That's my opinion, my man. You say my overhaul went 1.6. Wow. It's impressive.
Our truck and went 1.6 mil.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. That's good.
Oh, that's awesome. No, that's the reason why most people though would argue for. I did my Freightliner. Mine wasn't 20,000 though. Mine was half of that. But that's why I did mine because I was looking at it as like, well, now I can have it another 10 more years. So I guess it depends on your outlook and how much money you got. So a lot of people don't got they either don't got the capital cash or don't have the capital and credit. And I think that's some of these decisions we're forced to make. What's your opinion on that, man? What you got?
Well, I'm gonna go to a conversation that YouTube has never heard that we had before. Is that usually when people start making a certain kind of money, their lifestyle changes. When you go from making $40,000-$50,000 a year as a company driver, then let's just say you broke. We're just gonna throw 150 out there. Yeah, you're not living in no $800 apartment no more. You're not driving no Corolla. You're driving something that's real nice, your apartment or a house. Like, unless you live in a house, but if you're in an apartment, you're gonna go move to the nicest side of town. So you're not gonna really have that capital like that because now you spending out bread. Not to mention just the cost that it comes with being a owner operator. But as far as a new truck, like why would somebody go get another truck rather than just get the overhaul? I'll put it to you like this: why do people go buy cars after 3 years? Because they tired of looking at that same one. And if I've got this sucker paid off, and maybe I could just sell the shell of it and everything else along with it, and go get me another something brand new, more technology based, a little more safer, more fuel efficient, then probably what I'm gonna do. Even though it might come with a note, but it's like the housing market right now. Why would somebody go buy another house that got a house? Because I can go get a bigger, better one because the housing market's sky high. I can take the equity out of this, put it over here, and be paying generally about the same for something newer.
So I'm gonna say this.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm disagreeing with that. I'm gonna talk about it. He also put up here. Just want to read these comments. He say the Detroit 12.7 went 1.6 million, and now it's ready for another overhaul. Aaron was just letting him know that your overhaul went 1.6. Your maintenance is on point. Agree with that. And
Yes, sir.
and then Matt came back in and say he would rather borrow 20,000 and fix his engine and go another million than sign my name for $120,000 truck. Now I'm gonna speak on that too. Now I'm gonna go back to what you said. See, to me, that's the problem that we have though. Just because the car is 3 years old, ain't no wrong with it. Why do we go replace it? That's the problem.
You brought up America. I'm saying what Americans do.
Well, that's what I'm saying though. That I'm talking as a whole. I'm not talking about you or me. I'm saying that's our problem. If we did the concept what Matt is talking about, we're more able to say such a thing. Now, Matt, going about what you just said though, no one is advocating for about $120,000 truck. By the way, my truck cost me 50. So I was more talking about in that context of somebody who don't have 20 to rebuild their engine. For them, they may, decide that they rather put 7,500 down on a $40,000 truck. Is where I was getting at. But now I agree with you wholeheartedly. You're talking about $120,000, and then oh man, look at this man. Matt say he do all the maintenance himself. So yeah, right? Well,
Hey, that was one of the first things.
Hey Sam, you heard? You just listen.
Oh, I'm there.
Okay.
He said it's gonna be $100 this, $100 that. I'm breaking up. I got bars.
Yeah. No, I don't care about your bars. I'm stationary. I got house Wi-Fi. Hey, you said you want to ask him something, right? Do you remember what you want to ask him?
Me?
Yeah. You said you want to ask Sam something. He back on. I ain't know what you want to ask him.
That would be an off-camera conversation.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
You can ask me. I can sort of kind of answer it. I can try to answer it as much as possible.
Did you hear him, D-Will?
Yeah, I said it would have been more just about rates. Compared to, that's why I say probably been an off-camera conversation. With then, contracting with the refrigerated and all that kind of stuff.
It's better, but they like more trucks. So I'm only a one truck, so sometimes I can't get those.
The contract.
I can't get those loads, but if they have some leftovers, I usually can get them.
Good off them leftovers too, ain't you?
Yeah. They usually a few $100 more. I probably can get. Probably the highest 6 or 7 because I'm still a carrier, so they still look at me different. They probably don't pay me as good as they pay those brokers. I even caught them. I forgot what was the situation. It was like the same load that I was getting from them, a broker. I ended up getting it from a broker, and they was paying me roughly what they was paying me. And I'm like, wait a minute, I know they not paying me what they're getting it for, so I know they're getting something off the top. So I think that's where those broker licenses come in at, But it's good to once you get that year mark to start getting those people, But then I got people within like XPO, Convoy. I got people within those Coyote that I can call directly and get certain loads. So yeah.
Did you get? Well, I think he disappeared. I don't know what happened to screen up black.
Like this load, like the load I got here was a convoy load I got for 1,800 from Houston to Oklahoma City.
Yeah, you too loud. You too loud back there.
Me?
Nah, I was talking to you. Will. Yeah.
Oh, but this load I'm on. Well, I got a load from Houston, 1,800 to Oklahoma City, and then I got one. I'm going 170 miles east and that's 2,500 going back to Houston. I don't know if that answered your question.
Yee!
Okay, there we go.
I probably thought they was talking about some. They was talking about some racing stuff. Um, yeah. So let me see. Like one dude was just talking about some buy a cheap truck every year, every winter. In the summer, sell it. Buy high, sell it. Okay, that's what's up. Yeah. Was talking about some racing stuff or reefer racing stuff like that. So yeah, Joseph was trying to holler at you, man. But yeah, I'm on here, so I'm gonna get off though, because I'm right here. All right. But yeah, I'm back now. I guess
Mhm.
he had lost signal or something. Uh,
Yeah, but when I turn my reefer on, I usually try to do dry loads. When I turn my reefer on, it has to be really worth it. Because those water loads and those Pepsi loads, they paying $4 or $5 a mile. So you're not gonna give me $2,000 to do a reefer load when I can make 1,800 doing a dry load. So that was the case that just happened. Like they tried to get me to go to Nebraska from here, which is 400 some miles. They tried to pay me 1,800. Um, but then the reefer load called me going to pretty much the same place, and they only wanted to pay me 2,000. So when I turn this reefer on, the price go up at least 500. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I look at it
Sound
as
like
a day. Yeah, I look at it like a day pay. So I'm looking for on a dry load, I can probably finagle like 1,500 a day. Reefer load, I'm looking at a little bit over 2,000 a day, and I try to keep it within that. So if it's a 2-day load, if it's like 1,000 miles, um, and it's gonna deliver on that third day, but in the morning where I can like reset and still make money that day, I may charge them if it's a reefer load. I may charge them like a little over 4,000, like 4,500 or something. If it's a dry load, I might charge them 3,000 for a 2-day load, 30, something like that. So I do it by the day. I do it by the pickup time and by the commodity. So if it's a same day load, I may do a same day load for 1,200. If it's like a 300 mile, 200 mile, and it's an open window, you know. So you know, it just depends. Put me in a good area. If it put me in like going to Kansas or Oklahoma City or something like that where I can, make some money. So I look at all those type of things.
you know what? I know the question he was going to ask you. He just forgot. I remember now. It was something that you could say on camera.
Hmm.
Oh, he said he ain't forget. I, I didn't think it was a none that you were high, but obviously, as I like to say, if you would ask the question, you got to ask the question.
I'm an open book, man. It's certain stuff I don't veer away from, but I'm pretty much open book.
So to me, this really wasn't that whatever. But he said he wondering if he was switching out your truck. Like how often are you changing over trucks?
I used to change them out every 600, but I'm thinking about just buying a motor. I was looking on truck papers, and they actually sell because I like the Cummins, the ISX. So they had some on there for like 20 grand. So I was thinking about just buying one and just putting it in here. But I guess the answer about 600,000 miles. I try to get them out of there, try to get something else. But the trucks are so high now, I'm not able to do what I was able to do before. I used to have a dude, well, I still do got a dude at Swift that I buy my trucks from. And he used to get them for me for like 40,000, for like a 50, $60,000 truck. But now he haven't been able to do that. With like 300,000 miles on it, 200, almost 300 some thousand miles, and I ride it for 200, 300 miles, and I sell it for like 30,000. Well, now, he want the whole 50, 60,000. So I got to figure out something else I got to do because right now I'm at 450. I'm at like 445 right now, so I got a little over 100. I'm gonna ride this out before I sell it, or put another motor in it.
There you go, D. Will. Got your question answered. So, that actually goes back to right before you jump back on. I'm gonna ask you your opinion on what I'm gonna put this question back up here. What Matt had asked. He said, no, yeah, that's what he said. He said invest 20,000 to run another 1,000,000 miles. Why do people think you should buy another truck?
Oh, I don't know. Oh no.
What you mean you don't know? That's actually what you said you do, brother.
Wait, he said run 1,000,000 miles.
No, he was
I'm
saying.
too scared to run 1,000,000 miles.
No, let me tell you what he was saying. That's what he's saying. He's saying that why not put 20,000, like if you need to do an overhaul, right? He's saying why not put 20,000 in it and run 1,000,000 miles as opposed to getting a whole other truck. And I was asking you what you
Because
think that is.
because the truck itself breaks down. Like these trucks are just not. I mean, people get lucky. It's always gonna be outliers. It's always gonna be those exceptions. But the truth is, these trucks are not made to go, in my opinion, forever. So I think the engine may be okay, but then you got the EGR, you got the DEF system, you got shocks, you got the radiator, you got so many other things that, the motor is not everything. Like you can have your EGR can mess up your motor. So you might change out the motor, but it could have been your exhaust, it could have been your sensors or something else that was depriving the motor of what it needed. So it's just the truck as a whole, kind of. So when you do start changing out motors, you got to think about, okay, what else can I change? You got to have money. That's a big money. We talking big money game. Or you just kind of winging it, in my opinion. But I mean, people do it all the time. It's people on here that got over 1,000,000 miles, and that's fine. It works. But I go to Kansas a lot. I go to Oklahoma, Nebraska. I'm in the middle of nowhere, and I don't want to be guessing if my truck gonna break down. I don't want to take those chances. So I kind of need like a little bit more comfort, like a little bit more peace of mind.
So you never actually pay a truck off the way you run your mouth.
No,
How
I
long
buy
you
my trucks cash. Like I can show you my titles. I
So,
got,
hold on,
yeah,
my bad. Lean. 60% of three, yeah, you buy them cash.
yeah, I buy cash. I don't deal with the guy from Swift. He only deal in cash. Yeah, so my reefer
Oh,
and my trucks are cash.
Well, you on
that
YouTube.
ain't
You
bad.
got to show receipts.
Yeah, I can show it. I got my book.
Hey,
Wait a minute, let me see.
Man, they
man,
got
I'm
to show.
just talking, man. I-
Oh, okay. Cause I got my books now. I don't fuck around. I ain't
man,
capping.
yeah. If you want to, you do your thing. I don't
I
get it
mean,
all.
it ain't really nothing to me. I don't want to show off, but yeah, I got them. I got them here. I got my books. I mean, what people want to know what title. They want to know what it looked like or something. I don't know, but yeah, But my people that know, you wire over the money. You can only wire what, like 25 grand at a time. They send you over the bill of sale. Then after the bill of sale, you get the title in the mail like a few weeks later. All right. So the people that pay cash, they know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I'm not. I don't know that.
I, I ain't talking like that.
Hey, you could have told me. You could have told me, yeah, the wire limit. You know what I'm saying, 30,000. I would have been like, all right.
No, it's 25 for Chase at least. At least that's what they. At least that's my limit. I don't know if it's something else. But I got the upgraded account, so I think that's the limit.
All right.
But well, let me see. I think I got my book right here. Let me see.
First thing you go pull out the books on these folks.
Man, you gotta keep it. Let me see. This is my.
All y'all that watch ATL, paper boy, all about that paper boy.
Wait, let me see if I can. It's a little dark in here. Let me. All right, let me turn this camera around.
Where you at? Why it's so dark? Are you sitting down or something? Or you
Yeah,
rolling?
I'm in the back of the truck. Let me see. Where's
Oh, okay.
how I flip this? How I flip this around?
I don't know what you want
I just
to
turned my whole phone around, Sam.
Well, let me see. Is this red number at the top something? Hopefully, this red number at the top. Well, let me see. I'm trying to see what can I hide.
Just hide
He
the.
said he gonna show his titles. He ain't got a cap.
Speaking of caps, go to the website, get you a lean trucker hat.
Well,
Can y'all see the? Can y'all see it? I mean, y'all
see
can
the
see
title, man. We see the title, man.
it. Let me see. I
But
got it.
they freight line on there, Sam. That's what they gonna say.
The freight line. Oh, it's right here. It say freight.
I was messing with you, dog.
And I got the. I can show you the back. The back is clean. Wait, let me make sure ain't nothing on the back of here. Actually, I can show you both of these backs.
For y'all
So
that
you
ain't
see,
title, that means leans on it.
there go two of the titles right here. Can y'all see both of them?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's clean. So yeah, let me turn this camera off so I can get my work done. But yeah,
Well, having said that, then okay, since you buying them cash, I was assuming that you was like trading them in or something. So how's this working? What are you doing with them if you turn them over? You just selling them?
yeah, I try to sell them for about 30. I usually get them off about 30, but I wasn't, I can't.
Uh-oh. Now this brother sitting in the truck. He must have pushed the button or something. Because I'm like, how you gonna be sitting in the truck?
Because he was fumbling around a little bit,
yeah, he probably did it by accident. Or he could have got a phone call as well. So
I ain't gonna lie to you, that's dope, brother. Man out here buying $40,000-$50,000 truck cash, bro.
yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, my fault. I don't know what happened.
Nah, that is dope though, for real though. Bro, props to you, bro. You doing it.
You finna get the lean trucker salute.
Yeah, you missed it. I already did.
I ain't doing nothing y'all ain't doing. Y'all doing the same thing I'm doing.
Hey, we trying.
Well, you gotta keep in mind, I ain't making that kind of money you making. Look where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? I'm on my I'm at home. You boys out there.
Oh yeah. You gotta
Hey,
be
I
at
was
the truck.
told if the wheels ain't spinning, that truck ain't making money. I don't know if they were lying to
That's facts, man.
you. Okay.
That's facts. It's an everyday struggle. It really is. It's not what it seems, I didn't even know if I was gonna get a load today. I was gonna sit it down, until this guy called me out the blue on I've been doing truck stop lately. DAT ain't been treating me too good. But truck stop, it seemed like every broker, when this broker ain't working, this broker start, they kind of play flip-flop. Sometimes Convoy be jumping. Sometimes Uber last minute, you might can get an Uber load paying good. So, but truck stop, for whatever reason, truck stop been doing me pretty good lately. So I've been rocking with them.
Matter of fact, I got a great broker. I got his personal cell phone number. He worked for XPO. Dude, look up
Oh
their
yeah,
whole
I
system.
got
He look up.
Oh, my fault. Sorry about that.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
no,
go
I think
ahead,
it
D.
was me. I was just saying I got a
What would you
broker
say?
that, I got his cell phone number. And he was like, hit me up anytime, wherever you at, you let me know. He'll go in their system, look up every XPO load, and he'll email it to me with how much money they got in it. Like the load that I took up to PA, they had 38 in it. I got an extra 100 out of it because he's like, I don't care, bro. He's a young dude, but
Oh yeah.
it'd be great when you make them connections like that. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say I got a chick like that at XPO too. Chick named Crystal. She actually live in Arlington or something. Yeah, she.
Hello. I laughed. And Sean might know why I laughed. You, I had a broker, right? She,
Uh,
I don't know what happened, but I think me and Mr. Trucker can agree that she might have either liked me too much
hey,
or something happened.
that could be true.
thing because I was out here riding dirty. I had a trailer that I took a load to West Texas. It was like a rebar load when I was doing that. But it wasn't my trailer, and I just kept it because I ain't had no trailer. I was like, "Fuck that! I'm not paying for no trailer. I'll just keep it." And my homies, like some of the homies that was local, they was like, "Bro, you need to get that trailer back. They're gonna report it stolen." So one day I'm pulling her load. And it was a grass load. Going to drop that bad boy off. What the heck was we at? It's over there off of 380. What is it called? What's the area called?
You top for
I'm not
380?
sure.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, the Decatur or something.
Right in Decatur. And what ironically what's funny is he was right in front of me, and we was both leaving. And he said, "Hey, I see a trooper," and I was like, "Oh yeah." And then he said, "Oh, he's just sitting right there." I passed. Oh yeah, he's sitting right there. Dude come out. We got about a mile down the road. Dude, hop out, speed down there. So I'm gonna give you a level 2.
Oh wow.
And he ran that number on that trailer and said, "Hey, either you stole this trailer, or they always do this. They reported it, blah 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 blah." And I was like, "Nah, I can use it." No, I'm lying. So they end up taking the load. They end up taking the trailer. Lost my load.
Dang.
Yeah, so I didn't get paid on that load. But what ended up happening was the factory.
Hey,
Nah.
they took the trailer. He run about him not getting paid.
Hey, so what ended up happening was I had called them because that was the broker that I was using to but with that trailer anyway, because it was with I don't know, I'm not gonna say the carrier's name, whose trailer it was.
Yeah.
But so basically the broker ended up calling my factoring company.
Dang.
She ended up starting reporting stuff. Like she was just too involved with it when they actually recovered their load. And she ended up not paying me about $3 to $5 grand.
Dang.
I pulled a lot of loads for her. So the factoring company was recorded. So the factoring company came back at me and said, "Hey, they ain't paid us within 90 days." And so I ended up not getting that money. I got pulled after that. And I actually pulled the loads and delivered those loads, but they didn't pay me off of one load, man.
I would have put a lien on a you use OIDA?
You said what?
Do you use OIDA?
Uh-uh.
Oh, okay. I would have sicked OIDA on them. They would have paid me for those other ones. That's a good thing. If you can get OIDA, if you own the operator, it's only like $50 a year. They do all of those claims and stuff. They'll get your money out of those brokers.
I still want that 5K. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, if you can prove it, you can send them over the paperwork. They would have got your money.
Hey, easily. It was factored. I was supposed to get paid because I had got paid. You know,
Yeah.
factory company did. So yeah, they charged that back to me though. I charged it to the game because I was out here being a knucklehead.
Have you ever heard of OIDA? OIDA or something like that?
Yeah, I heard of them.
Yeah, you should check them out.
I just heard they insurance stuff, so I never messed with them.
I don't do the insurance with them. I just do they help me out when I need any questions or something, stuff like that. They kind of monitor my authority, make sure I'm complying and all that.
Hey, Sam, he asked, had you looked at DAT? He said they would tell you the top 7 reefer states.
I tried that stuff. I don't know why that stuff don't work for me. Like where they say I'm not able, like Houston, right? You're not supposed to be able to get good loads out of Houston, but I get good loads out of Houston. I think it just depends on you. It just kind of depends on you. If you if the broker is a little desperate, they need to get their load off, stuff like that.
Okay.
Hey, and I
Yeah.
thought you get paid better on the weekend.
Yeah. I usually do 3,000-4,000 on the weekend from Friday to Sunday.
They'll drop that money out to you, boy.
Yeah. I make sure I do 3,000-4,000 on the weekend, like without a doubt.
Yeah, Aaron, I'm in the Dallas area, and I'm doing flatbed as well. So yeah, I'm just listening to the big money guys over here, man. You know what I'm saying?
No, man, we all doing the same. It's all the same stuff.
Hey,
Trust me.
let me tell you what I was actually trying to do earlier this year. I didn't like the prices though. I was actually strongly considering buying a reefer.
Yeah,
Uh,
reefer is pretty cool.
that oil dry. I didn't want to change what I was doing. I'm good with flatbed, but then
Uh-huh.
we got our slow seasons, which is coming up, in about another month or so, and I just wanted that option,
Yeah.
But, yeah, when things got slow, and the problem was because it was a backup trailer, I didn't want to pay too much money for it. So,
Yeah, definitely if you can. I recommend it.
how much are you paying for your trailers?
Usually around 20. Like this one I paid 12, but I put 4,000 into it. Because it needed cross members and all that stuff. But I usually try to keep it around 20.
What year and what kind of hours you be getting on it?
Definitely around 13,000. I try not to go too far up there. 13,000. 2012 is what I'm in right now.
Yeah, I can't pay no 20, man, for a backup trailer. But now it's your trailer. That's the difference though. With you though, you pulling it.
Yeah, you're gonna make money off it. That money gonna come. It's gonna take a little while for it to start sticking. Like it ain't gonna. You're gonna be making money, but it ain't really gonna be. You're not gonna be able to save it. But eventually, once you start saving it, it's gonna start sticking. A little bit better. You know.
That's a conversation for D Will over there, man.
Yeah, it takes a little while for that money to start sticking. It look greater on the paper. When you sit back and look and see, you like, dang, I made 10,000. But you might only have 1,500. But and you're gonna have weeks like that. But it's gonna be some weeks where you might make 10,000 and you got 8. You know, so
I, I
it
can believe.
just, huh?
I said I can believe it. That week that I was telling the YouTuber over here, Mr. Trucker, about earlier. I, you care if I use your name? By the way.
Everybody call me LT. They call me Lean. So that's what I go by.
Okay, because I had accidentally said your name a couple times. That's why I was like, I don't know what to call it. Okay, LT. Because it was like that week that I hit that 10. It was the same week that my transmission went out.
Mm.
So I took all 8 grand of that and
Yeah,
chucked
it
it
be
over
like
there.
that.
Hey, and it was at the beginning of the month, so my truck note was due. My
Oh
kids'
man.
daycare, everything. I was just,
I just did my maintenance on my transmission. It was only like 300 this time. I was happy.
what you mean maintenance on transmission? I never heard of that.
Uh, every year, a year and a half, you want to do some maintenance on your transmission. They take it apart and they see if it needs some parts or something. It's pretty much like a transmission fluid change, but they check and make sure all the parts is not grinding and not messing up. You don't do that on your truck?
No, I just got this trailer.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got an automatic though, so I make sure every year and a half. Uh, I take it in there. It's usually like $300 if you don't need nothing from the Freightliner. So you probably can go to a shop and they'll probably do it for cheaper than that. But if you need some parts, you got to get it done right then and there. So if they can't put it, they're not gonna put it back apart. So they might say you need a $700 part, and you gotta have that 700 plus that 3. So, but yeah, I try to definitely do it because I don't want my transmission. But you can tell because your transmission will start jerking, like when you're going up hills, and you can tell when it's time to do your maintenance on your transmission. It's gonna start jerking.
Yep.
If it's not
Say, I remember I
smooth,
was going down the hill, and that sucker just started saying, ah, it would just start loud. And I was
dang.
like, what the heck is that? And it was just vibrating the whole truck. Next thing I know, it said, and I'm on a hill. It was raining. It was February in Arkansas. So
Uh, oh yeah,
it was
yeah,
really,
definitely make sure this truck you getting the maintenance on that, and you shouldn't have no problem with that transmission. What type of transmission is it?
shoot.
Eaton?
I want to say it is no, this is not an Eaton no more. I got the paperwork in my phone.
No, that's cool. It's cool. I
It's
just
right.
thought you.
It's
Yeah,
right.
Aaron, while they looking at that, to answer your question, you said how much of a slowdown? Like what you mean by that? Like how much of? I know the typical periods, at least around here, because I don't really go too far. I stay for the most part. I don't want to say DFW because I do go out a little bit. I do go outside to stay a little bit, but it's usually around the back end of October to
Hello.
like coming up in February. So, yeah, how much of a slowdown? I guess that I don't know exactly what you asked on there to answer that more specifically. Hopefully, I answered your question though. So,
Yeah, it's an Eaton, big dog.
Oh, it is. Yeah, you gotta do those maintenance like every year and a half. You don't have to do it every year. Probably every year and a half, 2 years.
Hey,
That's a good one.
I'm gonna tell y'all one thing that I learned that I was grateful for.
Have a good one.
In June, I had my depth system. Filters gave the light came on. It didn't derate me, but the light came on saying filter full. So I was like, dang, I gotta go get them clean. So I was gonna go get them clean. They said he was gonna charge me 800,000. And when we got him out, we pulled him out. He said, man, your filter's cracked. That's what actually put me out of business the first time. I didn't know what the heck I was doing.
Jeez.
And Bobble said, I think they wanted to charge me 11 grand to just kind of look at it. That wouldn't.
Dang.
So this time I took
Oh,
it
you
to a
had a one
specialized
box?
person. And he got me new filters and everything, and it was. I don't know if that's me or not.
You had a one box?
He got me the filters and all this stuff for like about 2,100.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't buy no
Got
trucks in no one box.
And
That's my
so,
only requirement. They don't have no one box. They're expensive.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my filter, my DEL
Yeah.
filter on my truck is like $1,200.
let me
1,200 or what?
$1,200 for my filter. My whole DEL system is like $5,000. I got an Evolution. I got a Freightliner Evolution.
Okay.
Yeah, I got that 2016 with that Cummins. Yeah, they make sure. I mean, if you can, make sure your DEF is cheap. Your system is cheap. Nah, I ain't gonna eat right now. No, wait.
Mobby and T say usually.
Oh yeah, I know, Mark.
Yeah, there's some
What up,
actually
Mark?
there's some good information, man. Like I ain't never looked at it this way because I don't go nowhere. But he said usually the winter months, he said usually during the winter months it is not really a slowdown. Yeah, I think it was answering Aaron question. Yeah, because I'm answering it from the DFW perspective because I know
Yeah, it get tough in Texas.
Huh?
I say, yeah, it get tough in Texas because everybody they coming for that weather. They're trying to get out that snow.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. Because Aaron, I think he was saying. Well, I know he said he in lower part of Texas. I don't know what that. Well, he said, of course, I think he said I'm in the Texas or lower part of Texas. So I don't know if he's talking about Houston or San Antonio that way. But I know, yeah, here it tend to slow down. But this makes perfect sense if he's saying he said just folks tend to go south during the winter, which in the Midwest, go south, you'll be all right.
Yeah.
I ain't going no Midwest though.
You said what now?
I say I was talking about what I got on the screen right here. What Bobby and T was saying. That was good information though. That you can still make your money in the wintertime if you was willing to go hit that Midwest. It says business as usual.
So that's a great area. You remember where I was telling you about Kubota up there in Edgerton? They load quick. That's Midwest, and they pay good coming back to Texas.
I mean, I honestly I've heard a lot of good stuff about the Midwest, man. Real talk, I ain't really heard nothing bad about it. That it's that some people make a living. I think I heard. Now I don't know if it's trailer dependent, but that you can kind of run local and stay home and make your money there too. So,
I can see that.
how would I know? Last time I've been to the Midwest was literally 16 years ago. Sure. Actually, longer than that. Yeah. At this point, it's really been like 17 years since I've been to the Midwest.
That's you just work out. You don't really drive trucks no more.
And I was a company guy. You know what? First of all, let me say this. I did a video today, and I had everything involved. I was able to put in some trucking, some fitness, some strapping. You hear me? I'm out here, man. I'm out here. So let me see what he said. He said, yeah, thanks, Bob. Yeah, between Houston and Laredo. Yes, sir. And GA. Go back and forth. Okay, back and forth. 4 of those. 2 of those a week. Okay.
Is he saying he do 2 loads a week for 4K?
That's what I understand it. Let me see again. He say, and GA, he say 4K back and forth. Yeah, that's what he's saying. Yes, sir. Man out there doing his thing. Mobby and T say just got to the point where I'm just in Alabama, Georgia, and South Carolina. See, I can run like that. I can run like if I lived out that way, I can.
It's because it's close and the women are beautiful in Georgia. I'm talking about, hey.
What area you live at, Mob? Where area you live in? He say he take off. Check this out. What say he take off from December to February? That's it, right?
Man, I get it how you live. That's another $7,000 truck driver a week.
You know. Now, Aaron said that's 8. By the way, he said 8 a week.
8K with a flatbed.
Yeah.
Too bad I don't like Houston, stanky butt. I'm not talking down on Houston like that. I just don't like y'all traffic at all.
How far is it? How far is Laredo Houston back?
Let's see. Houston, San Antonio is what, 2 hours roughly? So it's an 8-hour trip. It's about 6 hours from San Antonio to Laredo.
Okay.
It might be shorter than that. No, it's either like 6 or 4. It's somewhere right around there. It's not far.
So Aaron,
heck no. I don't. Yeah, I'm right. It's 6 hours.
So I wonder if I'm asking you get home every weekend then? Because it's not like the way he's running. He's doing that twice a week.
Gotta be home every weekend.
Yeah. So my MT
every day. Today
he
was a good day.
He say he was GA born but raised in Georgia. Okay. And he say, now don't do these crazy numbers, just use the money from this business for other businesses. That's right there. See, that's what's happening. That's the man right there, man. See, that's what I'm trying to do. That's why I ain't in that truck, man. I can't be in the truck all the time and trying to do stuff out the truck. Gotta dedicate time to the truck. What's up, Nevada, man? How you doing out there, man? How you doing, sir? I need to catch up on your videos, man. You on fire. You dropping these videos like crazy. Going for me to keep up lately. And Aaron said, yes, AK with the step deck. He say running off 2,500 to 3,000 hours a week.
I'm telling you, don't get no better than that.
Yeah. So, but yeah, man. I like real talk, man. I love to hear that us as truckers in general, man. People out here doing well, bro. It's like a few years ago. I don't know what year it was, but a few years ago, it felt like maybe a little off, but it felt like the whole industry sucked. You remember? I don't know if it was like I'm thinking it was probably about 3 years ago, man, when DP was working for me, working on my authority, where it one cracking out here and the one cracking the oil field, because here in Texas, that's what in general, that's what we doing. If it ain't cracking out here, we go hit that oil field up, maintain things, and then get back out. And but it seemed like there was nowhere to run to, man. So, yeah.
Hey, you know what? I do remember that because it was like, because I remember me and you was talking. It was like, dang, bro, like I'm all right, but it was people going up under, boy. They couldn't keep their truck no more. Yeah, it was tough out here.
Yeah,
I do remember that.
And Myron T say, just save your money, use it towards something else to bring money. Don't rely 100% on this.
That's facts.
That's fact, and that's how I'm saying. That's why I'm trying to do other stuff and not rely.
Multiple streams.
There you go. Now look at Nevada, the big money. Now this big money. This dude is big money. You gotta check his channel out. He big money.
He say 3 weeks net 20K easy.
Easy.
Oh, net.
Easy. Easy work. What you
I
talking?
ain't mad at you, Nevada.
Easy work, man. Him and his wife be out there killing it, bro. They out there killing
Are
his
we seen
YouTube.
with the lady?
Yeah. He actually metal trucking, ain't that something? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And yeah, they out here killing it, man. And his YouTube channel is killing it. He's doing his thing, bro. Yeah, Joseph said that was 2018. I feel like it was probably about 3 years ago, bro. Like it was horrible everywhere. Let me see. Aaron say, gotta stay disciplined. It's not easy. Then give me motivation to get my diet right. Yeah, actually, that's what my video I did today. I touched on that too, man. But basically, unfortunately, Aaron, you're gonna have to just make it a priority. I'm gonna tell you what I did this morning. This is what I really did. I got to my spot. Now I couldn't. Well, I ain't gonna say I couldn't. I'm lying. I could have, but I knew I could come home. I was coming back home, so I waited till I got back home. But like on my previous video, I got there 30 minutes early. So I just woke up earlier and got to my my delivery spot and went on and did some jogging. I did walking and jogging. That was about a total of 20 minutes. You know what I'm saying? I know you talked about diet, but you need to incorporate both of them. Because here's the thing. The more you move around, you can eat a little bit more. If you're gonna be sedentary and just only driving that truck, man, then you're gonna have to really, really, really watch what you're eating. But yeah, I put a little short up on like I had went to Chick-fil-A yesterday, and just put a little short up on how you could just every one of these spots that we all love to eat, man, they got different options for you, where you can get you some I'm gonna call it calorie friendly. Check this out. I be getting people, man. I'm gonna say this, man. I think I said this in my video, but I'm gonna say it right here, right now. I can be getting comments on my videos, bro. Like somebody on the play, right? I don't know this dude. I don't mind the comments, by the way. I don't really care. Everybody do what they want to do. But that's what he said. He said, "Yeah, that diet lemonade, they got 0 calories, but it's horrible for you." And I'm over here like, look, man. I'm trying to give people alternatives, is what I'm trying to do. That's it. A lot of us, that's what we need. That's what I needed when I first got started. I needed an alternative. If we really start like real talk, bro, if I really start talking about every single thing, like check this out. Somebody complained again a couple weeks ago. I showed a meal that was actually zucchini noodles, right? That they were just in a spiral thing. He thought it was pasta, and he clowned that too. I'm like, what's wrong with carbs? You can't have this either. Like everything bad for you. But anyway, man, Aaron, take small steps, man. Take small steps. When you go to these places, I'm gonna say it like this. This is how I first started, as crazy as it may sound. I used to go to Wendy's, man, and because you're in Texas, I think they still got the Texas double. So I would get 2 Texas doubles and a large fry and a drink. So when I started trying to say, let me try to take some baby steps and clean some things up, I end up would go and I would get 1 Texas double and a small fry. Just saying, I didn't just cut it out. I started cutting it down until I found different alternatives. So that's my advice. I know you said motivation, but motivation come and go, bro. That's my advice. Motivation wise,
this the lady, dog.
All right. Motivation wise, I'm gonna tell you like this. Who you doing it for? You know what I'm saying? Let me get him out the screen. You gotta go. That's his lady. You gotta find a reason why you're doing it, man. You know what I'm saying? If you're doing it for you, first and foremost, like I talked to this guy. I actually made a video with him. Man, this was some months back. He was actually getting out of truck. He was a truck driver. He was running at the truck stop. He decided, and that's where I caught him at. But he wanted to be a cop. That's what it was. He wanted to go to train and stuff to be. Was it a cop? Dang, or some forces, armed forces. My apologies to the man. The man is like Sergio Garcia or whatever. But anyway, here's the point though. That gentleman, he had to lose a certain amount of weight and all that stuff to get in. But this is what he said his motivation is. He said he got different forms of motivation. He said first it was he put him in there, just for himself. He want to feel better. He want to look better. And then he had a wife. So he said, for her, of course, she liked how he was looking. That helped. And then he got kids. So he was talking about his kids at the same time. It's the same concept. Is that, you know, with his kids, you want to be around for them, be able to run around and play. And lastly was his goal not to be doing trucking, to pass that fitness test. So he say the way he look at it is, if one of them don't work for him on Monday, he use another source of motivation every day to get to where he need to be. And you'll realize, man, you know, once you learn that journey, man, that it's definitely worth it. Nevada say wife's making all the money. I do YouTube. Nah, y'all driving together. You ain't gonna tell me that. Y'all driving together, man. But yeah, like y'all got it great though. Real talk, because you really is doing your y'all doing y'all thing. Real talk. The options on the road are limited. Yes, they are. They are limited. But you know, it still do come down to the choices that we make, though. They are limited. And I'm guilty of it. I am guilty of it. I don't know if I said this in my video coming up, but truth be told, my progress, I'm still making progress. The lowest I've been on the scale, I started at 199, close to 200. It was 193. My problem has been the weekends. And because I've been doing the same thing, man. I mean, just this past weekend, what I had, I can't even think. I went to a Mexican restaurant. It's my favorite type of food. And I go, man, you know what I'm saying? I got choices, but I ate the, you know what I'm saying, the chips and the sauce. You feel me? And, but that's slowing me down, though. Is yeah, if I could just make my little better choices, man, I'll be where I want to be faster. So yeah, we all got this issue, man. We just gotta do what we gotta do. I got my waste in the truck, need to clean up eating. I carb up again, then never cut. So what are you talking about right there, bro? What you mean by that at the end? It look like a typo or something. What you telling me? Hit me out right there. So I got my waste in the truck. I got that part. So you basically saying that you hit your weights. I'm assuming you just gotta clean up what you're eating. Is that what you're saying? So, but yeah, that's it, man. It's a daily struggle. It's a daily struggle, man. Like anything else we doing, and you know, it's something like I told I'm not preaching to you, but it's like I told my son. I told him that what you put all your time and energy into is what you focus on. You know what I'm saying? And then that's what you get done. So my son, let me tell y'all a little something about my son. Let me see. I'm going to put my right here right quick. He sounds 5'11", 230. Not fat football player Bill. Got to keep that workout going no matter what. Amen. Real talk. So this was my son. My son, young man, 19, you know what I'm saying? You know what 19-year-old boys do. He got his own car, you know what I'm saying? Parents' car, no, whatever, all that good stuff. But his focus is on, his focus had been on. He learned a little lesson right now, you know what I'm saying? But his focus had been on rims and the system. And guess what? He got that rims in the system. Now, he worked his way up to it. He couldn't get it overnight because he had to save his money or do whatever he had to do to get it done. But because that's where his focus was, he got it done. And I'm saying that's how we are as humans. And I actually got the when I'm out riding, man, I listen to audiobooks. I want to encourage y'all while y'all out, listen to something to feed your brain. Because once we got in here, it comes out. If you feed yourself about a bunch of negative energy or a lot of negative thoughts subconsciously, that's what's going to come out. So I try to, because we just live in the world, let's face it, a bunch of negativity. People are just in general, man, people always complain about something. I mean, we are human, we all do it. But what I'm saying is, when you're watching TV, when you pull over, you watch TV, you watch it on your phone. You know, we watch other YouTube, whether you watching YouTube trucking or you in another aspect, news. It's a bunch of negativity. You got to feed yourself, man. You know what I'm saying, to keep that strive going. So I've been listening to lately, As a Man Thinketh. That's what it focuses on. It's basically saying the way you think is what you will become, and it's like who you are. The other one is Think and Go Rich. That's a long book, man. But hey, we drivers. When I'm on my bike, I turn that on, put my little headphones on, you know, and roll down and listen. But even in the truck, take our time to listen to something else, man. Don't just listen to us. I appreciate your time though. Let me see. So you look tall on camera, Mob. So Mob got a channel. I need to know the channel. What's your channel, Mob? That's what it's called, I'm assuming. That was kind of like a dumb question, my bad. So it's called Mob ENT. Let me go. I'm finna go pull it up right now, man. While I'm doing this, cause I will forget. I'm that guy. I'll forget real quick. Uh, so he say, let me see what he's saying. Protein diet is better in my opinion. Aaron, use flatbed as a workout. Well, what you consider a protein diet, Ma? You want to jump on real quick, bro? I'm gonna jump off in a minute, man. I've been on here way longer than I was planning on being. I did get off early, but I've been on way longer than I was planning on being. So let me see real quick, Bob. I'm trying to look up the channel real quick. There we go. Let's see. Yeah. All right. This it right here. Is that it? Give me confirmation. That's it. But yeah, and you know, and let me give my opinion on the diet though. My opinion on the diet is the one you can stick to. Real talk. It's the one you can stick to. But use flatbed as a workout. It's definitely better than the other ones. I'll say that. But it depends on what you're doing too. You know that you tarping and all the other stuff, it gets there. Let me see. Not that big, just not that tall, just big. All right. I'm driving through. Okay. That's cool, bro. Is this the right one? Oh, you said yes, sir. So let me look at that. I'm gonna do it right now. Bam. Yeah. Now it's official. Blow the whistle. All right. I'm gonna check you out, man. I like supporting us all when I can. Real talk, man. I'll be trying to, like what you said, I'll be trying to use my time to do other things. This right here, Reggie Reg. Shout out to Reggie Reg. Those are the two authors, by the way. James Allen is the one who do As a Man Thinketh, and Napoleon Hill does the Think and Grow Rich. I also got a very popular book that y'all, you know, a lot of us have heard about, was Rich Dad Poor Dad. And I actually read that book back when I was 18 years old. 18, 19, it didn't really settle in. What I remember from it, I don't actually agree. Like I read his book. I don't know his name, Rich Dad Poor Dad. I know his face. It's in my brain. The other book I read was Dave Ramsey's Total Money Makeover. Now, those two books, they, to me, what I remember, if y'all, you know, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but they were contradictory books. Meaning Dave Ramsey didn't believe in credit at all. He believed that you paid all your debts off, got debt free, and that was the true success to having money, which I understand that. And like you said, Robert Greene, that's his name. That's his name, Bob. Either way, but that man, the other book, he was like more like you get debt, you want to accumulate debt and use other people's money. You know what I'm saying? So I can see genius in both sides. I'm not giving my opinion one way or the other. Which one that was best for you, you would decide what's best for you. But I'm still gonna check out that book because now I'm more mature in the brain, you know, than I was obviously at 18 years old. So, but that's what I mean though, man. Y'all use these. That's it right here. Let me put it up here. That's his name. Robert Kawasaki. That's how you say it. But yeah, Rich Dad Poor Dad. He said it was one of the ones saying there was a crash coming right before coronavirus. I thought he was full of it. Yeah. But yeah, getting to that though, man. Seriously, y'all listen to some. Even if you dedicate 1 hour, it's the same thing, man. I try to be well rounded. Like I say, man, it's difficult. Like right now, just straight up, y'all, I'm hungry. All right, I'm hungry and hadn't had nothing to eat. I've been on here for 3 hours, ain't had nothing to eat, and I ate about an hour and a half before that because I went and did an hour bike ride. You know what I'm saying? So it was like about 11 something. So yeah, your boy hungry, man. But yeah, this is that time I'm gonna have to go make that good choice. Let me see what you say. No, he wrote 48 Laws of Power. Okay. 33 Strategies Award. Man, you know what? Art of Seduction. I checked, that was the first book that I got when I downloaded my Audible. I checked that out it was last year, at the end of last year. For me, there's a lot of principles in that. You know what I'm saying? It didn't really jive for me. But y'all check it out though, man. Anything that y'all can feed y'all mind, I'm serious on that. That's why I was trying to hammer home. What you put in your mind, y'all, is gonna come out. I have some people, I don't really see it. My boy who was in here earlier, Joseph, He considered me one of the most positive guys that he know. And for me, it's not on purpose. It's just that it's not that I am definitely glass half full. I ain't gonna lie about that. I know I'm glass half full. I feel like I'm more practical, like I'm even keel. But at the same time, man, once things happen, bro, it's like you got to adapt to and you got to move on. But get to that 48 laws of power. My issue with that book was What's Up, Tennessee? My issue with that book is that it required you to do, it's almost like you had to be a snake, man. Unless I just got it wrong, that's what I was feeling. Like, I understand business is a cutthroat business. I got my own authority. It's definitely cutthroat. I keep business, but it felt like you just kind of had to, like snake over people and then kind of you get over people. So it didn't really work for me, man. But yeah, just one man's opinion, man. Yeah, we had one of the best presidents. Somehow he saw it coming. Hey, I ain't gonna get into the politics, man, because truthfully I don't care about it. But yeah. I don't know. I don't know how he saw it coming. I don't know, man. We can get into these whole bunch of. Well, I ain't gonna have time today, but yeah, all that. I have a whole trust system with any government, to be honest. It ain't just this one. We focus on this one because that's where we at. But yeah, this is the worldwide issue. You think some of them countries overseas got trust in the government? Some of them actually are rebelling against them. I know y'all have seen that. We done seen them riding and military against their own people and all this other stuff. So, but yeah, that's it, man. I appreciate all y'all came through. Like, I really do. Hit the like button for anybody who's still here. If somebody's catching the replay, I don't see anywhere in the world you're gonna get you're gonna get through this whole thing. But I appreciate y'all, man. I'm finna shut it down and prepare and chill out for the rest of the day and get ready for tomorrow. But having said that, man, keep it in mind. Look at the, what I'm saying? Just sit right there. Keep it in mind. Stay on the grind. One day at a time. Salute.